The rumors whispered within the port city of Alexandria speak of the thickening mists. These mists cutting off the eastern side of Glies from the western side of Glies. This prevents trade and families from seeing one another. This strange problem continues to exacerbate. However, there are those that believe themselves brave or savvy enough to bypass the mists. And one such individual has made a call out towards any adventurers that might help him with the building of his museum by collecting fables, powerful artifactual stories that are written in Glies with such magical strength that they can warp the world around them. This particular character, by the name of Adrian Couture, has sent out a call for adventurers to act as his hands and backs to retrieve these sacred documents. And so, the winds of destiny blow the first shadow to the threshold of the manor's door. Schmeg, please introduce yourself and your character as the door opens to the manor's home.
Oh, hello there. I'm Schmeg. Schmeg the Sorcerer. Or, well, I suppose, here, I'm just Schmeg for the time being. I am an iron wing sprite, undying warlock, and it is my goal to uncover the true fabric of reality.
Alrighty. As the door opens, you see this creature standing behind it. You see a small, hunched-over goblin with his eyes looking in opposite directions. He carries with him a fanciful suit, very well groomed, and then he will say, "Oh, hello! Are you here for the call?"
The call?
Indeed! Master put out a call for those that would help him. Are you such a person, or are you a vagrant?
I am no vagrant! You dare to call the almighty Schmeg a vagrant? You would be so lucky as to receive my assistance. Not often does Schmeg, formerly known as Schmeg the Sorcerer, dare to dabble in mortal affairs, but I am here nonetheless.
Grak drools dramatically from his open mouth. Follow me, then!
Yes, right away.
Grak will travel up back towards the main door as yet another shadow darkens the doorstep. Harona, please introduce yourself and your character.
Yeah. My name is Metallica. Just a rockin' fucking bard. You probably heard about me, no big deal, whatever. Really dark, sinister, you don't know me. Whatever, fuck you. Why are you asking anyway?
Are you here for the call?
Yeah, whatever, yeah. What are you?
I am Grak. Grak Proper Pants.
Yeah, you look like a snot rocket, dude.
Thank you. Right
So,
this way.
Pretty. Fuck yeah.
Sock, please introduce yourself and your character.
Myself. Hi, I'm Sock. This rather short dwarf who's about 3.5 foot tall, but is very wide, a bit portly, but very strong arms. He's got lots of jewelry all over his hands, lots of tattoos, and he's got like a long sleeveless leather jacket on. And he's kind of slouching up against the side of the wall. Hello?
Are you here for the call?
I think so. Is this the right place?
Yes.
The name's Badge, Bro Badge Stonefinger.
Very well. Follow me. Grak will show you to sit place.
All right.
Burn, please introduce yourself and your character.
Oh, hello. just got busy boofing. It's so much a pleasure to meet you. It's been known that my birth as an asthma or ASMR protector is that the birth is held as a blessed event. However, last weekend I boofed something so far up my ass. I can't tell you. That was the most blessed event I've ever had. Sorry, I get a little carried away.
Hello? Are you here for the call?
Dear God, you look like you've been boofing quite as well. You've got quite a hunch there. I could help fix your back if you'd like.
Oh, Grak's back is physically fine. Grak is held down into a curved stature due to the burdens of the guilts that he has done before.
Oh, I see. What about the saliva? Are you having withdrawals? I typically, I salivate occasionally when I have withdrawals as well.
Oh, no. Grak is just gross. Follow me.
Oh, well, that's self-explanatory.
The next shadow to darken the door requires no entrance from the butler because she is accompanying the master of the house. Kiwo, please introduce yourself and your character.
Hello, I'm Kiwo, and today, this is Scrya Blue, or Scribbles if that's what you want to call me. She is a tiefling sorcerer, and also an apprentice of Mr. Kotor here.
As you walk up, okay, here we go. I apologize, British people.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Scribbles, darling, you must tell me that story again.
Which one? The one about the geckoi? Because,
It's fantastic. The good little creatures crawling around on the top of the tapestry.
But is it true that they can lick their own eyeballs?
I wish that I could lick my own eyeball. Then I could finally see something worth seeing.
What does that even mean, sir?
Come with me. You have much to learn. Now, you're all here to answer my call, yes?
Yes.
Very good, very good. Take a seat at the table. We've much to discuss. Now then, I have stumbled upon rumor and hearsay of fables. You see, storytelling, it appears, within this continent is quite potent. And the most powerful of those stories are known as fables. Powerful magical scrolls, comport not just with the story therein, but the memories and energy, life force even, of those that told it and experienced it. From what I have heard through my research, it would seem that these fables can even contain entire worlds within themselves. Needless to say that even if a fraction of that is true, it would make a marvelous exhibit at a museum. And hence why you are here. I plan on opening such a venue rather shortly, but alas, I seem to have found myself fabulous. And thus, what is required for you? Does that sound enticing?
Well, that doesn't sound all that complicated. Here's a fable for you right here. Once there was a man who lived in a castle. He grew old and died. All better?
No,
Hang on, dude.
no. Yes, your terrible story will not suffice.
Oh.
These fables are written by master authors, infused with the life force energy of the people of Glies, and dipped in something called the Yokai's tears. I don't know what it means.
Yokai's tears.
Indeed.
Any recollection of that,
obtainable.
Mr. Mushroom Man?
Could it be used as a lubricant?
Oh, boy.
I suppose any liquid could be used as a lubricant if applied hard
God.
enough.
I usually cry into the void and never see my tears again, much like my parents.
Problematic. In either case, let us move forward and not speak of those things. I shall pay you each 500 golden pieces of gold upon the completion of this mission. You are to head to this place. Yeah. Sorry.
Say meow.
I said meow. Yes. Now, it is in my studyings that you can find it within the edge of the mountain range. It should be just out of reach of the mists, so there should not be any problems there. As such, to ensure that you are truthful in your activation of our contract, I shall be sending my lovely and capable assistant Scribbles with you.
Scribble's eyes widen. Sir, do you really think, can we sidebar?
Very well, one moment, please. I must go and be chastised by my insubordinate.
So let me tell you about the first time that I ate somebody's ear canal.
They all seem, and she looks over his shoulder towards the table and sees Metallica doing his thing. They all seem rather, do you think they're capable?
Oh, I know that you are capable, and they are but piles of meat and hands and backs. Use them as you see fit, my assistant. As long as I retrieve it, it does not matter to me.
I understand, but... yes, sir. And she scuttles back to her seat.
Ooh, what a nice warm corner. Very well, and so it begins. I have supplied you with some provisions. You will find them all packed out at the front of the door. This map will help guide you along your way. I have also provided you kites, that you might fly your way there when possible. Keep close, however. Understand that the winds are a bit fickle, it would seem, the closer that you get, so keep that in mind.
Did you say fly? Like in the air?
Oh, right, you're new here. Yes, you see, Glies has powerful winds that are so predictable and reliable that the denizens of this place do not use horses. No, they do not use any form of animal transportation. Well, rarely, I suppose. Most use kites. They're attached to your back, and you leap up into the wind, and it carries you where you need to go.
Oh.
Well then, this has all been very bemusing, but have we come to an accord then?
An accord indeed.
Very good. I expect you to return within 2 weeks' time. If you have not returned by that time, then I'll have to just assume that you're dead, and I will have to find a new assistant.
Excuse me?
Hell yeah, return to the void, sick.
Dead?
Of course, it's perilous. Nothing you can't handle, my dear, I'm sure. And so, the party gathers up their kites, and with some instruction by those that are more familiar, such as Scribbles, to be clear, you don't have to use a kite, Schmeg, since you have wings.
Yeah.
You can just open your wings and let the wind take you.
Frick yeah.
Eventually, after strapping the dwarf to his, no doubt. Let's see,
I fucking hate this place.
No problem.
The wind fills your kites and lifts you up from the ground and in to the sky.
Scribble's gonna make her way over to Schmeg. Do you want to help me find somewhere we can maybe camp for the night?
Oh, I suppose so. Why don't we?
One hand, two hand, or both hands, or three
Hey, when you're like done with that, can you like rub my back too?
I cannot believe this.
I've got the perfect idea. Why don't you grab some vines and I'll... Never mind. I'll rub your back.
Sick.
Schmeg, did you know these people? Have you met... Do you know these people?
I am Smeg the Incalculable, Smeg the Infinitely Wise, Smeg the Beyond all Reason and all Calculation. And no, I've never met any of them before.
Right.
You know, I happen to know that the cave structure up above is... The cliffs up above are actually home to many caves. Why don't we try camping inside of one of those where it's nice and dark and quiet?
Right. Schmeg, do you mind?
Yes?
And she points up the cliff. Can you... You know, fly?
Fly up there? Why, most certainly I can.
So as you've made your way up the cliff, now you're kind of like this part right here and parts that look like it. Those are elevations down. That's about 200 feet. That's a 200-foot drop.
Okay, that's good to know.
This is awesome.
Is everyone back there still listening to the mushroom guy?
I found a cave.
All right.
It's okay.
No, there's
Don't
like a
worry
leaf and a
about
rock.
me.
It's underneath this rock.
I'm just tiny and up
Yeah,
here
you
by
can fit.
myself. That's
All right.
okay. Don't worry about
As
me.
I said before, 200 feet down. This is about 15 feet up. Cave right there.
Oh, what's this strange rock formation with some kind of opening? Hey, look, everybody, I found a cave. I can tell by the way that it echoes.
Echoes.
Look, it may seem like I am scared of everything, and it's purely coincidence, but I don't like caves neither, okay?
I've never been turned on by nature before. But I might be.
Well, all it takes is a saucy sign from Mother Nature, like a big, gaping hole in the side of a mountain. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and go inside
And
now.
it can shove bodies inside. That's impressive. It's like the earth is boofing us.
For that, I
Before you go.
don't understand how a dwarf can be afraid of caves.
Oh dear God.
I had a bad run-in with the stone titties, the ones that come down from ceiling.
There you go.
Stalactites?
Whoa.
That's what you see.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Sick.
Oh yeah.
No. No.
See over there, and she points.
I want to see if Schmeg can sneak up this way successfully.
Stealth check.
You got it.
Just, Brewback, just keep your head down, maybe?
Did it move? Did it move? I don't want to fight anything. Did it move?
There was some movement, but I... Can I use controlled flames to, while Schmeg is sneaking, I'm gonna use controlled flames to try and illuminate the area where we saw the movement. Would that
You can
be
certainly
enough
try
to-
it. All right, Schmeg, you
Oh.
sneak up around this corner here, and you throw some fire scribbles. And as you do, a voice cries out, "Ah!" and he falls over the side of the wall and lands on his back here, knocking the wind out of him. And you see this guy.
Oh!
Can I use friends on him? My cantrip?
Well, you can. As he stands up, he will hold up his hands in an indication of being non-threatening.
Oh, okay.
He will hold up his hands and he will say, "No hurt, no hurt, no hurt, Kilolo."
It's okay, we're not going to hurt you.
Did he mention my weight just now?
What are you doing peeking where you ought not to be peeking?
Kilolo lives here.
No. Oh, no.
Schmeg, just be nice, okay?
Live
Poor
here,
bloke lives
do
here.
you? Do you like this activity you call living?
We've come to...
He starts crying into his hands.
Oh, God, we're looking for a place to rest. He's jesting. He
Kilo-
means no harm.
Kilolo knows a place, but you must hurry before they come back.
Who is this that's coming back?
He'll look around, and then he kind of steps into the light, and as he does so, you notice that Kilolo is covered in ligature marks. His wrists and neck and ankles have been bound. You can also see that on his scales there are abrasions, showing that he has been beaten and perhaps even tortured in some degree. And he will
I
say,
like it when my meat is tenderized.
and then he will say, "Black silver bandits."
Oh, the bandits, right, we're here. We know about the bandits and we're here to save you, Kilolo. Now, will Shavy just tell us where they keep their gold?
No gold. Black silver bandits not steal gold. Black silver bandits protect this place. It is
It's go on. It's what?
It's what? Spit it out, Kilolo.
Black silver. Black silver. Black silver. Black silver. Perception check. On Ollie's.
Oh.
Analia's perception check.
I don't like fucking caves.
It'll be fine.
Well, Nollius, that man just mentioned black silver, a well-known drug.
Oh.
Did you mention drugs?
Whatever.
Now tell us more about this black silver and why are they living here and why are they storing it here, Kilolo? And I should mention that if you lie to me, I'll get hungry. The more lies you tell, the hungrier I get. And eventually, I can't control my hunger.
Kilolo will start to defecate on the ground in fear.
Well, I mean,
Please don't
could
hurt
be
Kilolo.
possible.
Black silver is drug. You not heard of it?
Did you say you have a kilo low of black silver?
Yes.
You're in danger. Kilolo want to help you.
In danger of a hellishly good time, I say.
It's lit.
Just listen to my comrade.
Literally, the two of them were up there putting portobello mushrooms up their bums.
Come this way, quick.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Inside this tent, you see 3 woven baskets.
Is there anything in the baskets?
Would you like to go in and look?
I might. No,
Scribble's been corrupted already.
No. Gotta get that goblin out of my head. No, I'm gonna walk past the tent. Damn it.
Does
What did she
anyone
leave
else?
behind? Yes.
Okay.
What did she leave behind?
All right, do you open the basket?
Absolutely.
You see within each of the baskets, they are filled nearly to the brim with a strange black dust that seems to shine in the light.
Do I know? I know that this stuff is what it is, right? Or do I still need to do
Okay,
nature check?
that is black silver. Now I get to explain to you what black silver does because your character would have the information.
Yes.
So, black silver is... Oh god, hold on, I have to pull into my limited knowledge of drug culture.
Yeah.
All right.
I can probably help, not for any particular reason.
It is a muscle relaxant hallucinatory drug. It
So
it basically
acid is Xanax?
it causes your body to begin to shut down into an almost nirvana-like state in which you see some people have described it glorious things, loved ones that were once dead, all kinds of ecstasy-filled, endorphin-rushed visions.
Because it's DMT,
It's ketamine. It's ketamine. Shut up. You don't.
Dude, ketamine with the beautiful visions of loved ones and spirit beings, that is DMT in a nutshell, bro.
No, it's ketamine, dude.
Now, there's a couple
Go
of things.
straight into a K-hole.
There's a couple of things to keep in mind. Black silver is incredibly addictive. Prolonged use can actually damage the muscles and cripple the person, causing them to lose the use of their legs, arms, and eventually full paralysis. This also goes to organs. In fact, many have what is called the black sleep, which is what overdosing in black silver looks like, which is when somebody has done too much, they literally sit there and suffocate in their own body.
Nice.
So, both. Any good? Is this the right thing?
Am I okay with stealing from bandits now? This is fine. Everything
How
is
much
okay.
do we have in these baskets?
I also totally forgot to tell you this. The street market value of these 3 baskets is 3,000 gold pieces.
Both. Is this
Word
the
on the
stuff?
street is that these baskets of buffable material is gonna go for roughly 3,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
Oh,
and
no.
Brew will start
But-
like shuffling it out.
Oh no.
All right. Listen, I mean,
I really think we can come back to the black silver, but I'm really thinking maybe we should listen to Kilulu, the cute iguana.
well, let me grab a Kilulu of some of these shards real quick if you don't mind.
Yes, I do mind. Get your weird-looking mushroom ass over here before we're murdered.
Kilolo will see and widen his eyes when he sees something behind you, and he'll leap down into the hole.
Oh, no. Schmeg doesn't even wait. Schmeg right down the hole.
Grab one. Go.
All right.
Brew,
How long
puts
would
one on
it
his
take me
back.
to load these boofable materials? Would this be like a grab and go?
If you wish to take it, you can take one basket and strap it onto your back. If you'd like, you can take more than one, but you won't be able to use your hands.
Brew took one and has it on like. Is it like
No.
a backpack kind of thing?
You basically wear it like a backpack, yeah. So you have
Okay,
one
yeah.
basket, okay.
Then I'll take one too.
Okay.
Oh god.
All right, you guys jump down.
Oh fuck. Well, no risk, no reward, right? And then Brew jump.
Oh boy. Okay. Unfortunately, because you chose to bring the black silver with you, the wicker baskets are not water sealed.
Oh,
So,
no.
as soon as the two, hold on, let me get through it. As soon as Analius and Brewbad hit the water, much like a bag of tea and boiling water, the black silver spreads out throughout the water. And I need everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw. All right, the two of you, nearly instantly from this concentration of black silver, enter a hallucinatory state where you begin to see visions of your life and how great it can be and how wonderful it can be.
So if I'm well versed in the drug realm, am I well versed in the types of trips they're having? Perhaps like a way to communicate during the said trips?
You think you are able to guide their trips. Currently, they are having good trips. They seem to be dreaming about being in water, which makes sense.
So I can communicate. Oh no, I just know what the type of trips are.
Sort of, yeah. You can.
So I know that they think they're floating in water, correct?
Yeah.
Shmenema!
Yes, what's the problem?
Okay.
What's happening? What is going on between you two?
would like
What are you
to-
trying to convince him?
I'd like to whisper to Shmenema.
Yes. Yeah, what?
Currently,
Yes.
our lovely Brewbath is
Okay.
enduring an incredible high. He thinks he's floating in the water, so I decided to pretend I'm a siren to converse with him and kind of figure out all that he's feeling. So maybe, I don't know, what do you think you could help me? Because I think he's starting to flirt with me.
Yes, of course I can help.
And I'd like to summon forth a lock and high. If I can, I'd like to commune with my god.
Oh!
So
Is that all?
I like to imagine that Schmeg holds his hands up to the sky and says,
Oh, lock and high, the whispering madness. Oh, lock and high, the forbidden thought.
O lock and high, I bid you forward. See what your faithful servant has brought.
Okay. The area begins to grow unnaturally dark. Almost like the sun has set, even though it is clearly in the sky. The humidity seems to become more sticky, more present. And then a voice speaks to Schmeg, but all can hear.
Yeah. Servants, I hold there is a good reason that you have summoned me.
Yes, my Dark Lord, in your infinite wisdom, I've been sent forth, and I believe it is my task to uncover the truth of this realm. I seek your forbidden wisdom, that through your unending and eternal appendage, we may be pointed in the right direction. Tell me, am I inching closer to understanding the truth?
Your journey has only just begun, my servant. but I see you with my eye.
Go on.
You... Cloakroacher, to a forbidden knowledge. An old knowledge. One that Rune Darius himself does not even know of. Our eternal rivalry with the Dragon God shall finally be put to rest with the recovery of such things. Right the simpleton's mind, and that, and upright your companions lost. I can see it. Your path. The scroll lies close.
Yes, my Dark Lord, we will find this scroll, and through it we shall learn how to overcome our enemies. I only seek that you may also help to inspire my companions, for I cannot help but feel as though their determination falters.
You will be their guide. Show them the path.
This was the desired effect.
Annales, what have you done? Fix them?
Okay, this was not my fault.
Listen, I heard of a small village.
Oh no.
What?
Oh.
What?
Black Silver's a dream loosened. All right. Okay. You two are coming with me though.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Bye-bye.
Because of Olakenhai's influence, you kind of fall through the nightmares within your dream selves, and the Black Silver gives you an elevated state of understanding, and due to rubbing against divinity, you find yourself in a place that most only go to when they sleep. Alright, so let me explain what is happening to you. You are in the dream realm, which means that you are in a place where what you will becomes reality, but it takes a lot of practice and willpower to make such a thing actually happen. You are walking on, quotations, ground, multicolored, shifting, and miasmic. It moves and basically appears before you as you walk. Up ahead, you can see what can only be described as an island in the infinite abyss of the dream realm. The plants there seem prismatic, made of multicolored hues, almost like gemstones. The plants are all colored oddly, as if they are not made from plants, but rather what plants could be to the discerning eye. As you're standing there, kind of staring at the waters, wondering what to do next, a calm feeling will seem to wash over you. The trees of the dream realm will start to shake as the ethereal sense will sort of fade down a bit. A stranger approaches from the road. You see a gray-skinned orc with white silvery hair. His eyes glow with a warm hazel light. On his back, his weapon, his armor, given way to a ceremonial dress. As Mad Mork, a hero of Calcatesh, stands before you. Mork, throughout your wizened years, and in the twilight of your life, it was you who fulfilled your promise to your people and united the Orcish tribes of the Badlands. You created a small pseudo-kingdom for them, a set of laws and governance that would allow them to rise up amongst their savage upbringing. Your marriage to Neve. Your marriage to Neve produced for you many sons, who they themselves produced many sons. And in the last bitter moments bittersweet moments of your passing, you were entombed at Mork's Rest, the city in which the kingdom was built. And now, you wait in the dream for the day that Neve draws her last breath. As she is a changeling, she will outlive you for some time. But you are patient, and Eos is kind, for you have earned your hero's rest. Yet strangely, it seems that two wayward adventurers have found themselves in the dream realm, lost like you and your companions were all those years ago. They will need guidance back from whence they came, a path that you have walked before. Greet them if you wish. Also, that theme you're hearing is actually Mad Mork's theme, made by a member of the community.
Yeah, this is sick.
Awesome.
Incredible.
Oh, hail, travelers.
Oh, hey, didn't really expect to see anybody here. You know, could you tell us where here is?
Oh, you don't know where you're at?
No.
This is the dream realm.
Checking if you do, you know, dude.
The dream realm. So you're saying we're dreaming right now?
Yeah, more or less. Well, depending on how you got in there.
Drugs. Lots and lots of fucking drugs.
Oh, yeah, I've been there. Oh, man. Well, so what did you in? Dragon cocaine?
No, I think it was called Black Silver. Never heard of the stuff, but
Pretty lit, dude.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't say I've never done any of that. I'm more of a beer drinker, but, yeah, if you don't know how you got here and you're pretty savvy of what you're doing, that probably means you don't belong.
Well,
Yeah.
we're here. We're meant to be here. What do you mean, dude?
You're
No.
meant to be.
We're really not. No, we are lost in your realm, my lord.
Yeah, it
If you
totally
could-
called upon us because we're definitely chosen.
Well, I'm a chosen, but who called upon you and why are you here? Like, if you think you're supposed to be, you just got...
One for you to fucking find out, kid.
No.
Well, then how about this? We have an arm wrestle. I win, you tell me. You win, I'll see you out safely. And I won't tell anybody.
Mad Mork will lift his arm up.
Metallica's gonna
Come on, chosen.
guitar over to Brewbad to hold. It's like,
Right.
just hold on to this, dude. No,
Yeah, I'll try. Oh God, it's
fuck it
so.
up. Just
Sorry.
hold on.
Yeah. I'll put it down. I'll put it
Hold
down.
on to that. Yeah, dude. All right. All right, Metallica's gonna like flick back his hair, and his sleeves are already cut off because he's a badass. And he reaches his hand out to clasp.
All right, as you clasp Mork's hand, a platform will appear before both of you, and he will rest his hand as if expecting it to appear, and stools will appear for you to sit. He'll grip your hand, and you feel within his hand a terrible strength, but also a kindly soul.
Show me what you're made of.
Athletics checks. Metallica goes "Ugh," and gives all of his strength into Mork, who wields him much like a man would hold back the attacks of a small puppy.
Oh, man. This takes me back to the days. Well, that's me. Oh.
My plague arm, man. Never gonna. What the fuck, man, dude? Fucking harsh.
Mad Mork's gonna touch the arm and say,
Chill.
and activate a healing word.
All right. The damage is repaired.
Oh, sick.
Wow, Metallica, you got fucked.
Yeah, but you stood up to the challenge, and I like that. You got potential. Now, like I was saying, you probably don't belong here. Let's, let me show you the way out. Which way would that be, glorious DM?
Well, Mork turns and stomps the ground. The earth shatters and a portal appears.
Yeah, it's time for you guys to go. I'm just gonna grab Metallica and throw him in the portal. And grab Brewbad.
No.
Nice meeting ya.
You too.
Waves.
Yeah, whatever.
Wait, Metallica, your guitar.
Oh no.
And then Mad Mork returns for his wait for Neve.
Well, how do you feel? Do you feel well enough to travel now?
You know, I've never felt better. And I think, you know, based on my experience with the Black Silver, in my own humble, quite intelligent opinion, we should go get more and sell it. Because everybody wants to do that. That was one of the best things I have ever done, but I won't do it again.
Hark, hear me. For I've had a vision of myself. I will become a better myself.
You can't be. Metallica's you're already perfect.
Flame, and I look sick and trick nasty. Where's my guitar?
Why did he get left behind?
Well, no.
The dream world's different, right?
Yeah. Your guitar is still next to you.
It's just right here.
Thank God.
Yeah.
As you pick up the guitar, you feel your fingers begin to play.
Okay, you're actually asking something that I'm physically not doing.
No. That's okay. I'm not asking you to actually do it, but you have gained a special ability from your journey to the dream realm. You may now play the Ballad of Mad Mork. When you get to about this point, you find that the path moves up to the northwest specifically, but you also spot that there are other caves. Would you like to go looking in the caves, or would you like to continue to the northwest?
I like to think that Schmeg is like hovering and then slowly turns around with his hands on his hips and says,
"Oh, look, another cave. Perhaps we should go in there all recklessly and see if there's some drugs we can take in alarming amounts. Why don't we do that? I don't know. It's never gone poorly before."
Schmeg, you promised when we leave that cave that you would have some black little rocks for me, and I don't have any. However, that's neither here nor there. Scribbles, you've been rocking back and forth. Why don't you give us an answer?
Yes, Scribbles.
I need to lay down.
All right, Metallica's gonna flop down on the flat space and see how absolutely flat it is.
It's pretty flat.
Hell yeah.
It's actually a pretty prime place for a campsite. Would you like to make a campsite there?
You should make a campsite here, dude.
Wow, what a great idea that you had specifically and individually.
He's like making snow angels in the grass.
All right, you guys prepare camp.
Hey!
Whoa!
Pog.
Okay, can I?
Are we awake and everything now?
Yep, you guys are awake. Your camp has been packed, and you are ready to continue your journey.
Okay.
Right, so, Scribbles, love, do you actually know where we're going, or are we just wandering around the jungle with nowhere to go?
Well, and she starts fumbling through her bag looking for a map or something. I guess we just keep going? He said we would hear it if we find it.
Yes, I do recall that being told indubitably that we would know what we were looking for when we came across it.
Right, so we have to read the thing. Is it like a big book?
No, they're scrolls.
I mean, now we're sort of getting into the semantics of what's a scroll versus what's a book. I mean,
Scrolls of what?
Well,
like
parchment, presumably.
A book of scrolls, dude.
Yes. So anyways, we're looking for that. For therein lies some sort of secret bit of information. Remember the cat that very forwardly informed me that he had a penis? You remember that? The
No.
cat man.
No.
Do you know why we're here?
No.
No? we,
Shall we proceed further ahead? I'm sure everything will be completely safe and predictable for the rest of the adventure.
Yes.
Or we could, I don't know, perhaps go into a cave.
no caves.
Ooh, a cave,
no,
you say?
No caves.
I seem to remember promising someone some illicit substances. What do you think, Metallica? You're strangely quiet for once.
Dude, I'm just about to crack open a Red Bull.
Why would you?
Dude, we're about to fucking shred.
Bulls are living creatures. Why would you do that to one of them?
Yeah, and you squeeze them, get the liquid. Come straight from the balls bits, you know?
I'm just going to go ahead and walk.
And so this cavalcade of cartoon comedy makes their way towards the Northwestern Passage. All right.
Like Shmenema!
Say the line.
You must gather your party before venturing forth. Up ahead, a verdant curtain of jungle slowly gives way towards rock piles, old walls, the ruins of the monastery of Chek.
What do your dwarven eyes see, Brewbad?
Well, I'm not smart about a lot of things, but I like rocks, okay? And by the looks of it, when they built this place, one, it was a long time ago, and two, well, they weren't from round here, so they either came here or, you know, bit of slavery going on, as you do. Bad thing, place was destroyed from inside, and we're going inside, so whatever fucking reason, bad things inside, okay? So everyone keep your eyes peeled, or your eye in my case. No guitar, Metallica.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
When you get to about here, up ahead, you can see more evidence of the ruins and a pair of statues leaned forward in a position of prostration. Or prayer, I guess, if you don't know what that means.
Boofing! Do you know anything about this, Analius? Look at them! They're in prime boofing position!
God, I remember.
We can see them?
I'm flying. Of course I can see them.
Dear God. What a pose!
Scribbles, right, you're the brains of the bunch. Where exactly would they keep scrolls in a place like this? Do you think they'd keep them inside statues like that? Or like in some kind of church?
No, it would have to be inside somewhere.
Inside somewhere,
Oh,
you
no.
say?
You
Well,
shouldn't have
I
said that.
happen to know a perfect location where something could be stored and not found.
Oh God.
There's only one way to find out. March with
Analius.
me.
Oh no.
Do 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 do. Bum bum do 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 do. Bum bum do 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 do.
No.
It's about to be the boofing time.
Analius, please.
To be
Analius, please.
the boofing time. I'm completely entranced by this stone rectum. I am in my own world now. It's about to be the boofing time. You look good. I'm
Okay,
gonna crawl
so-
underneath this stone.
Scribbles, just a question here. When he says it's boofing time, do you think he means he's going to see what's in there, or is he going to try to reverse boof the boofing statue? Like two black holes colliding in outer space?
I do.
Aye.
There,
First and foremost,
Ass to ass.
there,
listen.
There
I
is-
would like to perceive the rectum of this stone statue.
there is no rectum. It doesn't have a butthole.
Well, it could just
Wow.
be hidden.
You see the ruins of a monastery. Several buildings can be seen that you could enter or explore. Their walls are creaked and shattered. Some of them look like they might collapse at any moment. As you enter the room, you see that there is an old sarcophagus. It is cracked in the mortar. It's been here for a long time. Brewbad, while they're discussing the moral implications of sticking spirit ash in one's rectal cavity, You approach the Old Stone Sarcophagus. You could tell that this was not of dwarven make, or else it would have survived much longer than this, but it's made out of the swampy, kind of porous stone that the rest of the area is made out of. Perhaps not the best for building stone structures. But what is curious is that there is an etching on the top of it, and the etchings are of dwarven runes. Dwarves are not native to Glies. This must have been either the person inside is of, or the person who made this inscription is of Calcatesh.
I would like to read it.
All right.
Eyes of the Rune Keeper.
Using your eyes of the Rune Keeper. Using your eyes of the Rune Keeper, you're able to see that it says, "The stranger's blood flows once more."
It's got dwarven writing on. That means that there's dwarven treasure inside. So help me push this thing off. And Brewbad put his hammer down and started to slide.
All right.
Top of the sarcophagus.
God!
As you push the sarcophagus open, inside you can see that there is an old dwarven corpse. It wears the clothing of Glies, and you can see in his right hand there is a tome, and in his his left hand there's a tome, and in his right hand there is what appears to be a scepter.
You should be careful before reaching in there and grabbing that one. Does Smeg know, though?
Rules are made to be broken, Schmeg, and he will grab it and pick it up.
As you grasp the scepter, a strange feeling begins to come over you. You suddenly feel a presence. Several presences. Whispers in shadows. And as you look at the scepter, runes that were once scoured, illegible, now become clear and clean as the rust and the grime fall away. Within it, you see the dwarven runes naming the Lore Keeper's scepter.
Damn. What?
That sounds cool.
There's something else.
What the hell?
The scepter is adorned at its top with an amethyst. The amethyst glows with an ethereal light as a strange feeling comes over you. As you gaze into the light of the amethyst reflected from the sky above, it sparkles down onto the tome held in the other hand. There is a brief shuddering of magic, and then, as quickly as it started, it seems to fade away.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
That felt funny.
Stop touching things!
But it kind of, I don't know. This thing's pretty fucking cool. You see what I just did?
No, what
It seems
happened in
like
there?
for you, like, usually end that quick.
Yeah, that seems like something went wrong. Like maybe it was giving you an IQ test and you failed.
Well, I don't know what IQ is, and I don't fail a lot of things, so I
Oh.
doubt it.
Oh boy.
But this book, it's important. And Brew will grab the book as well.
It says the fourth account on the book.
Like a bank account.
Well, we're missing the first three. Might as well throw it back. I don't want to pick up a series in book number 4. What? Throw it back. Not gonna waste my time when we don't have the entire series.
no.
Boring.
Wait,
Gonna jump in not knowing any of the characters. I'm not interested in that. Come on. Well, we found some goodies in this one. Shall we see what the other decrepit buildings have inside?
Oh, but this is
Aye.
Meanwhile, back at the ashen pile,
I'm going to grab a handful and look at it and squeeze it in my hand and see how delicate this ash is.
As you squeeze it in your hand, you notice that the ash sort of kind of filters out, and it sort of dissipates as it leaves your hand and kind of sprinkles down. You can see that although it does look like ash, you don't think that it is. It's like almost like a silvery dust.
There's something always appealing about boofing something new, something strange and foreign substance. That's something that I would like to Scooby-Dooby-Doo. So I'm going to grab some of this delicately and put it in a vial.
Oh, God.
All right. If you could please put that on your character sheet or on your token as a vial of dust, that would be fantastic. Be sure to capitalize the D in dust in this case.
So vial of dust.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming I've got some residue on my hands.
Yep.
Okay, I'd like to go to the party and clap. All done. Let's go. Magic.
Oh no. You have triggered something through dust, which, for those of you that don't know, and your characters still don't really know this, but I have to explain it to you out of character so you know exactly what's happening to Brewbed. Dust is the remnants of the silver chain that connects your soul to your body.
Oh, God!
Whenever you astrally project, you always leave a little dust behind, and when someone is killed by having their astral chain severed, their soul turns to dust.
Oh my God.
Dust is essentially pure spiritual essence, and it can have a variety of incredible effects, but also terrible ones. Since you have made this roll, something in your body, and also the... Oh, wait, I forgot you're holding the scepter.
Yep.
Oh.
Brewbed.
Yes.
I have something to tell you. You don't feel your connection to Regalia anymore.
Oh, God.
Okay, so the person whose corpse you stumbled upon is one of the seven. One of the older seven, who specifically was a lore keeper. And he was entrusted with one of the tomes that deal with basically I believe it's the 5th iteration. For those of you that don't know, an iteration represents how many times I've reset the world, destroyed it, and remade it. So...
And which iteration was this one from?
5th. You guys are playing in the 7th.
Okay.
Well, technically still the 6th, but it's called the 7th because the enemy was defeated this time during the 6th.
Okay.
So. But during the 5th iteration, a lore keeper who is also a dwarf. Oh, that means you qualify for all these pieces.
Oh.
So you no longer have Regalia as your patron. Your connection with him is severed, and instead you are granted the connection that this dwarf had in his life, for he served the Red Pantheon.
What?
Okay.
What is the Red Pantheon?
Tell, please.
Yeah, come on.
The Red Pantheon is a series of gods that are a little bit different from the other pantheons, because most of the pantheons are limited directly only to this planet, but there is one exception. The Red Pantheon is an astrally recognized pantheon, meaning that there are several planets that worship the goddesses of the Red Pantheon. And the goddesses of the Red Pantheon represent the 6 nebulae in known creation, and of course, their headmistress, their leader, the Astral Traveler, the goddess of travel and space. Basically, object permanence, if you want to look at it that way. All right. Okay. Your goddess is Jaka.
Okay.
And I will go get you her art.
Yes.
For now, the symbology of her teachings emanate through your mind.
You fucking mushroom boy, come here. Come closer. I've got something
Okay,
to
I'm
fucking
coming
boof.
closer.
I've got something for you to both. And I'm gonna punch him in the nose.
Don't place this, my bad. I'd like to.
Don't fucking give me any more fucking drugs, please. I'm
I
begging.
didn't mean to.
I'm clean. I'm fucking clean from now
Listen,
on.
Brewbat, I'm sure it would have been a more pleasurable experience if you just did.
No.
Oh.
You enter what appears to be a library. On one of the tables, a massive scroll can be seen.
Scribble's gonna run toward that. This could be it.
As you move excitingly into the room,
What about the black lines on the ground?
a field of energy pushes you back.
Oh.
All right. Okay, Scribbles, careful now.
And it seems that a strange sort of ethereal force, a shielding of some kind, is protecting the scroll.
I can't get through.
Nice. All right.
Analius, this big angry marble hurt one of our friends. Attack it with everything you have.
No.
All right. Well, that didn't work.
All right.
What has
Hold
this
on.
marble done to me?
As Metallica enters the room, a strange sensation begins to kind of flow over him. This hall, whatever it is a place of ancient study of the bardic ways. Even standing here in the presence of the sphere, Metallica can hear all sorts of different notes and musical forms flowing all around him, as if he could reach out and touch them. Metallica, you feel that you can open the way. The sphere can only be dispelled by one that knows the bardic way. Would you like to open the way?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell everybody, stand back.
All right.
I've heard this before.
All right.
Allow me.
As you lift up your pick, it descends against the strings, and a melody begins to play. And as you start to play, your hands suddenly become faster, quicker. They become more skilled. Metallica begins to play the song of opening. Go ahead, buddy. And thus, the sphere is gone.
Don't touch anything.
Thanks, Antino.
Scribbles is going to push her way to the front of the table and quickly close the scroll.
All right, as you grasp the scroll, it begins to swirl with power.
Oh no. Oh no.
Why don't you let me read it?
No.
As you pick it up and you try to seal it, the words already begin to glow.
Oh,
The
no.
presence of Metallica's sweet, nasty, shreddy jams open the way, but also infused this other form of bardic expression, the written word, to come to life.
Oh.
In a brief moment, you hold on tight before the scroll activates, and the fable of Not Chek envelops you all. As the party has a momentary freak out, Metallica notices that there is something wrong with the sky. You find yourselves in a heavily misted meadow. And to kind of give you guys an idea, the world that you see is not like... how can I explain this? Have you ever played a game that has realistic graphics and then you played a game that has cel-shaded graphics?
Oh, like Borderlands?
Yeah, like that difference, how the outlines are strange and inked and kind of, and everything's kind of surreal. That is what you see, and that's what you see on yourselves and all around you. Oh. And Metallica, as you look up, there is no sky. Instead, you see a massive scroll. Its words twinkling where the sky should be. It is now revealed that you are within the fable of not Chek.
Bippity boppity bippity bubble. I can't help but feel like the five of us are in trouble.
I do agree.
What? I don't understand. This isn't how things were meant to go.
Let me see if I can get a lay of the land. Metallica, would you mind?
Yeah. Let me grab you.
All right, now you gotta be a little bit delicate on the release, right? You gotta be, it's more of a push than a...
All right, as Smeg is thrown into the air, he makes it up about 10 feet or so before something uncomfortable happens.
Oh.
He turns two-dimensional.
Oh! Oh!
Smeg is unable to fly while two-dimensional, and he flies upwards towards the scroll at a rapid pace before falling rapidly back down and splatting into the ground.
I don't feel good. I don't feel right at all. Okay. I don't know what that was, but I hated it.
Scribbles, maybe you could read the scroll from down here. It might give us a clue.
I mean, I can... She looks up to the sky, like adjusts her glasses a little bit, and... Is there anything that she reads that...
You can see the words. Do you read them?
Yes.
Scribble's eyes glaze over.
Oh.
Her voice becomes ethereal.
Once in a meadow fair, the hero walked without a care. In misted wilds there was a guile, and darkness in the cavern there.
Gross.
That's everything. Not like head north, 200 yards. Find
was I
cabin.
conscious?
Return home.
Yeah, you were conscious.
Analius, walk forward. Go, follow the path. We'll follow behind you.
Me?
Yes, you.
Okay,
You.
I'll only leave if you help me grab this mushroom.
You can find more things to boof along the way. You need to start walking. Walk.
This one was chosen.
No, you must. You must. We will find better mushrooms. I will stay here and collect
shards from Smenema, and he did not.
I will collect this mushroom for. No, Brewbad, he needs to go.
What's this up here? Look at all these drugs I'm going to do.
Brewbad.
Oh, they said drugs.
When you get to about here.
Is someone... Brewbad, is that the dust coming back again?
That's not fucking funny. Whoever that is, fucking stop.
And a harrowing wind begins to blow. Spirits of ink and parchment appear before you.
Oh.
What's going on?
You see that their hands bear the markings of erasure. You are not a part of this story, and you therefore must be erased.
Oh, no, you did not.
Oh, boy.
All right.
This is bad.
I don't want to be erased,
So
dude.
bad.
And go ahead and stay there, and time for mercy has passed. Is what I would say if this was the previous arc. A harrowing wind begins to blow.
Okay.
Annalius.
I've been heavily distracted by this rock in front of me.
Okay.
I would like to stare at this rock and grab it.
All right.
I hate you.
No special type of rock.
Nope,
it's
just a rock.
Cool. Okay. Am I allowed to skip my turn as I'm staring at this rock?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
Oh, damn. Oh.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Cha.
Yeah, whatever. Flicking my hair again. Gotta keep it on my face.
Annalius.
These flowers smell nice. Skip turn.
Okay.
What?
Scribbles. Like, swing. Shit.
Damn, dude. My guitar slipped off her smooth fucking head.
Annalius.
Going to grab some of the flowers and roll around joyously. It's a joyous time. And skip turn.
All right. Scribbles.
Why is he doing this? And I want to use my bonus action to load another bolt into my crossbow.
Oh God, she's loaded.
Fucking shotgun.
All right. And with that, the battle comes to its close. And the heroes are victorious.
You can see Scribbles, like, the crossbow drops next to her, and she just drops to her knees, just pent up anger.
I'm sorry, all I can think about is the Doom guy standing next to Scribbles and just going, "Aren't you tired of being nice? Don't you want to just go ape shit?"
I don't want to talk about it!
Hey, Annalius, I mean this in the nicest way possible, but... What the fuck? Wow! Hello! Did you not
These
see
pedals
us?
are tickling!
I'm gonna look up to the sky and see if any of the scriptures have changed.
They've not changed, but the ones that you read are now lit.
Oh.
Huh. We must keep going.
I do remember it saying something about there's a darkness in a cavern.
Not another cave, please! Anything but caves!
That might be a little bit.
Okay. I finally get my reward, Shmanima.
That's right, that's where we're gonna get your reward. We have to find something innocuous for him to put up his bum.
As you enter the strange cavern, you step through some waist-deep water, and you're able to make your way to the other side. And when you do so, the cavern is tight-spaced, dark, but there is a soft glow of red light coming from the hallway to your north.
Does anyone actually know what we're looking for in here?
Well, obviously we found it. Look at that giant crystal. I want to see if I can connect to it.
No. There's only one way to connect to a crystal of that magnitude.
No.
Oh, yeah,
No. It will
There's only one way.
No. It will split.
Somebody hold on to Scribbles.
It will split you in half like a hot dog bun.
Don't let go! Don't let go of me, please!
Okay. Scribbles, I'm going to... how tall is this crystal?
The crystal is approximately 10 feet in length and 5 feet in girth.
Scribble snatches her glasses out of Annalius' hand.
Dude.
What are you doing?
I think
Those
maybe
are
we
rookie
don't
numbers.
do this one.
I think it'd
I told
probably
you.
be more safe to sit on it than break it apart from the whole thing.
You know, I think it might be safe enough to just leave it there. You know, we can just leave it and just go.
You say if it fits, you're gonna sit.
Exactly. If it fits, I sit.
Constitution saving throw or?
Oh, okay. So Annalius drops his pants, climbs up on top of the crystalline structure. Annalius assumes the position and sits on the crystal throne. Boofing is technically a form of consumption, so you will have been considered to consume the crystal. The crystal dissipates. You fall backwards on the meat of your ass, and it's gone.
There's plenty of that.
You find yourself, Annalius, standing on an open field. All around you, there are soldiers. Soldiers much like you. You're wearing a heavy sword of armor, and there is a katana at your side. The sky is a dark twilight, and above the setting moon, there appears to be other bright white marks of light, almost like shooting stars suspended in space. Your commander yells out encouragement, but it does little to dissuade your fear. As you look left and right, your fellow soldiers shake in their armor, their weapons unsteady. The same fear that contorts them, you feel within your heart as well. But you walk the soldier's path. You committed yourself to Bushido, and as the commander leads you up and over the hill, there you see it. Thousands of them. Enigmatic shapes shifted like creatures of winged black death. Their faces eyeless, their maws hungry. The village before you lies in shattered ruins, and they charge. You awaken atop the red crystal. As you were.
I think I just boofed a battalion in my ass.
Yeah, dude, what was that? Your like fucking eyes got all jacked up.
I'll be honest, I don't know. But it was quite incredible and also very, very scary. There were some weird creatures all distorted. Kind of a bad trip and a good trip at the same time. Did my eyes glow? I love it when my eyes glow.
Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm gonna go over to where the throne is, and at least some palm-sized ones.
That's easy.
I break off like 3.
All right, as you break one of them off, there is a brief flash of red, and then the crystal radiates softly in your hand.
I don't like this.
Oh, grab me one too.
I'm playing with the crystals and like kind of holding them up to the other crystals around my head.
Okay.
And I definitely tell Annalius, no, you can't boof one of the crystals that goes
Well,
around my head.
Now,
No.
now we have something. Because as you move the crystals up towards your head, Metallica, you hear a soft, pining ringtone. A sort of, kind of like a...
Am I a tuning fork right now?
Sort of. As you focus on the red crystal, your Illithari blood begins to stir. A psionic resonance exists within the crystal, almost like a missing piece of a puzzle. You think that if you gathered all of them, the picture would become clear. But there is something there. In this cavern, you see crystals that radiate with an orange light.
What, this part right here? You think somebody boofed these crystals?
I do.
They must have very poor proper positioning.
Oh god.
If those crystals were still around, I'd show them a thing or two.
Metallica.
In fact, I'll show you how they should have done it. You see, you climb up the tallest crystal mountain. Like so, you find a nice, non-sharp crystal that will fit in your sphincter and as we say, if it fits, I sit. I would then like to sit and see what memory I can recollect today.
Okay. You boof the orange crystal.
Here we go!
Once again, you fade from this reality and into the memory contained within, your eyes glowing with an orange light. You find yourself standing on the same battlefield. All around you, there are dead soldiers, their bodies broken and twisted and torn. You crawl forward, your own leg nearly ruined. Your commander is doing what he can to save those that escaped. But there is a true fear in his eyes. In the distance, you hear the screams and cries of men and creatures. Creatures of which the noises made will haunt you for the rest of your days. The sky begins to rise with the dawn, and you know that for perhaps another day you might live. You look up towards your commander. You reach out towards him. He grasps your hand, and he sets you on your feet. And there, standing, you see where it is that you are. A temple. A temple in the center of the village. As you go inside, traveling with your commander, who keeps you propped up, he will speak words that are indecipherable to you, pointing at different things on the walls and ceiling, before finally he brings you towards a pedestal. And there on the pedestal is a shattered 7-pointed star. You will look up to the commander, whose eyes are widened, and he looks behind him in fear as something enters the doorway. You awaken. Look, Metallica, you hold up a orange crystal to your head.
Yeah, I'm collecting more crystals just to see if it gets clearer.
This time, the image does get clear, as a second tone joins the first.
So Metallica has taken samples of those, but I'm holding out now one red and one orange, and I'm just kind of like,
as you focus on them
holding
together,
them up to my head,
and you hold them up to your head, you hear the tones kind of combine. The crystals combine.
What?
They are now connected. It seems that they form points towards a center and fan out on the edge.
No, these are like just two chords, man. Need more to make a song.
Then perhaps we should continue to explore. Maybe we should gather our party first.
Scribbles has already left.
All right.
Ooh, another color.
All right, I'm gonna go over to this cluster of glowing crystals because it seemed like they. I've learned through my process of elimination that when they're dim, they do nothing. Metallica's learning, okay? It's a big deal. I'm gonna hold up the two connected crystals with a yellow one and see if I can hear. Actually, I'll do the yellow one just so I can hear if it's like a different chord, and I'm gonna hold them together with the orange and red.
All right. They combine together. The image in your mind becomes clear, but you're yet still missing pieces. However, at this point, you are able to detect that the image is that of a creature. The image's outlines are befuddled, its colors misshapen, but its maw is distinct. You see serrated teeth and a dripping, ravenous drool.
Scribbles is gonna pull the book out and she's just gonna be flipping through the pages.
What language is that, Scribs?
What language is it?
It is written in Dwarvish.
Oh my god, you're illiterate. You're illiterate, Brew? I had no idea. Can't even read your own language?
I didn't fucking try. Give me that fucking book. I'll read it right now.
And the
Scribbles,
big
hand
red
it
dog
over.
went to the park. You see that? Look at the pop-up picture.
Yeah, fucking, look at this. Words.
All right.
Brew will... Actually, you know what? Brew's going to flip to the last page.
Oh.
Pay heed, my brothers, for my words are final, and my life is spent. They are a swirling swarm of night and death. We've done all that we can. We've invoked the name of every god we could. Would it be a most ironic end that in our battle against the truest enemy, we would fall to another? All that we can hope is that the maidens of the Red are safe from their ravenous, endless hunger. Please, do not let them out. Do not let them find us. They are lost, and some things should never return.
So whatever that
What was
means.
that about not returning?
No, nothing. We're just getting to the good part. Hold on. It's just a recipe for banana bread. What the fuck are we going to tell them? Oh
Maybe
my
we
god.
should know.
That's why you skip to the end of the book. It's always the best part.
Are we in danger in
Well, I
these
don't know,
caves of, releasing anything that they're telling us not to release? Scribbly Wibbly, what do you think?
Would you like to read any other parts of the tome?
Scribbles would like to share this with everybody. Okay, go ahead, Scribbles.
Right now, we are currently trapped inside a fable, and there's this book talking about something. Things are trapped. You can. Her hands are shaking. We shouldn't be here at all.
Salika, did you see anything in your crystals?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, dude. Like, as the crystals are coming together, I can see clearer and clearer. It's like a monster, dude. It's got like teeth.
I did see monsters in the
It's
dream.
like not fucking happy either. It's like pissed. Like
Well, should
super
I-
fucking pissed.
Should I boof this last crystal and see what we find?
I don't know. By the sounds of this fucking book,
What's the
it
book?
sounds like they were
Read it more. Look somewhere. Flip to the middle. Something. Anything.
the middle. Okay.
We've run out. I don't know what it is that we're going to do next. I keep beseeching the commander, and he just will not listen. I understand that the people of Glies need us, but many of them do not even believe in the enemy we are fighting. And what is worse, that damn a pox that he had brought down upon these people in an effort to stop the enemy. It isn't worth it. Beings from amongst the astral sea should stay there. They are pitiless, faceless. They look without eyes. They consume and devour. They scream into the minds. We've done all that we can here now. All that is left is the final battle at the temple. I hope we will succeed.
Oh.
I did have a vision of a commander and a battle and some creepy monsters.
Just out of curiosity, that place where we found the mausoleum and the book. Did that look like a temple to anybody?
But with the fables, I feel
bowing statues.
the fables, when you read them, it comes true. This has already happened. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, there's only one way to get more clarity. Ba-ba-dum, ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-dum, ba-ba-bum, bum, 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 bum.
All right.
NFL boofing.
All right, you seer squat on top of the. I'm sorry. That made me laugh. As you boof the crystal, the next phase of the memory plays. You sit with your commander, tending to your injured leg. A dwarf speaks to him. They speak in a language that is indecipherable, but it is clear that they are arguing with one another. The dwarf points at the ground, and then points at the altar, and the commander shakes his head and points towards the sky, nearly yelling at one another. As the commander leaves in a huff, the dwarf shakes his head and strokes his beard in grave concern, and begins to fill the tome that he carries with him with dwarvish words, accounting to what has happened. The dwarf looks up towards you, or the person that you were supposed to be. The dwarf asks you a standard platitude, asking your name, and you respond with not Chek.
What?
You awaken.
Question.
Whoa.
Do I know what? Is it too hazy to know like what the dwarf looked like?
You recognize
Or
him.
what he was? I recognize him?
It is the dwarf in the mausoleum. The
Oh,
Lord
God.
You
Did
think?
Did you see the scroll anywhere? The one that we fucking read and now we're in it. Did you see that?
I just saw the tome, and then I was asked of my name. I didn't even say my own name. I said not Chek.
Hold, everyone. When Analia speaks the word, there is a flash of power.
What was that? Who did something?
The
Who did
crystals
something?
brighten, and for a brief moment, time seems to stop. Analius, your eyes open. This time, however, you see your comrades frozen. There is not a sound. There is not a whisper. And then you feel it more than you hear it. The crystals, at the mention of this word, surge, and in their brightness, you see it. Shadows locked within. While there are memories on the surface, deep below within the crystals, you see something far, far worse. Creatures skitter in the dark. Their arms and legs long and thin. Their bodies contorted in spines, fins, wings, all sorts of amalgamations. And they look towards you with a hungering maw and an eyeless face. Time resumes, and all is as it was. Analius, you feel exhausted.
They heard me say the name, though, correct?
They did.
Okay.
And for us, did just a moment pass? Like he said it, and now he looks exhausted all of a sudden?
Correct. He falls over, gasping for breath. It looks like he just ran a marathon and is about to pass out.
What did I tell you? You have to pace yourself when you're boofing. Did you take too much?
That's not what it was. I promise you. That's not what it was. There's something in the crystals. Something far worse.
That's what I've been saying! Hello?
Yeah, but something far worse than the little dancey little kindred spirits that Scribble saw.
It has teeth! It's bad! It's gonna kill.
It had really sharp fangs. Big
dude.
meaty claws.
Yeah, you're getting it! Yeah! He knows! He gets it, dude! Anyway, we're having a bro moment over something that we're forgetting that it's very terrifying.
If Metallica's combining these crystals, you think that might end up opening a key for them to escape this prison?
Oh.
Metallica's not listening, just rubbing crystals on his face.
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. I guess let's just keep going, right? There was a star, 7 shattered fragments. You think there's perhaps 7 different crystal rooms?
That would make sense. Look, we have a job to do. You know, if we want to get paid, then we have to get out of it before we can actually get the scroll, you know? So maybe we just figure a way out. And we don't have to worry about all the, you know, big stuff and scary shit.
What Metallica, are you combining again?
All right, Metallica, as you walk towards the green crystal, do you repeat the same action as before?
Yes.
All right, the 4th crystal pops into place. The image in your mind begins to reveal itself. It is that of what appears to be an eyeless one. But there's something strange about it. Its eyeless face, its blackened, wet skin and dripping maw seem to give way to something else, the bottom of its torso. But you can't see it, for it is not complete.
What are you seeing, Metallica?
Would I even know what an eyeless one is?
No.
Okay.
I just said that so you'd have an image in your mind of what it is that Metallica sees.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm going to see.
But this entire time, has Analius just been walking around with his pants off? Like,
Yeah, he's naked from the waist down.
No XP waste, min-maxing, let's go! Whoop!
Alright, you shove that crystal into your anal cavity. Gross. Anyway, as you do so...
Things DM say.
Yeah, I know, right? You fall away once more, your eyes shadowed by green light, and then the memory continues. You find yourself walking through a forest of bamboo shoots. Through the shoots, you can see the encampment made just at the edge of the broken town. As you come to the rise, and the point of the path in which you are walking, before you, you can see that there is a small shrine with a 7-pointed star upon it. The dwarf is praying, and then in between his prayers, consulting the tome. It is at this point that a scout, one that you recognize, moves out of the bamboo shoots and calls to the dwarf, who looks up with hopeful eyes. The scout nods and then points to the distance to the north. The commander rides up on horseback as you, the dwarf, and the scout make your way towards the north. And in a small band, you approach what appears to be a mountain, but there is an enormous scar down the side of it. You enter the cavern and awaken.
Oh man, that was like a Lord of the Rings traveling sequence there. Okay.
All right, well, this one wasn't as scary as the others. It's more of a... It kind of took me on a journey, as most trips could. We first started walking through a forest. There was an encampment at the edge of this broken town, but there was a small shrine with a 7-pointed star yet again, and I saw a dwarf praying, that same very dwarf we were talking about earlier. And between the prayers, he was, I believe, flipping through his tome. I don't know if that was helping him in his prayers or helping him seek some sort of clarity. A scout emerged from the chute.
I know who the scout is, you said, right?
The scout is a tabaxi. A tabaxi with golden fur and black lines.
Oh, by the gods, this scout was the penis tiger thing. The tabaxi.
Oh, the tiger that has a
The
penis.
guy has a penis. Yeah.
The penis
Isn't that
tiger.
your teacher?
Kotor, yes.
Probably. What do you know?
Well-
What has your master not told us?
Did he ever tell you his age? Do we have like a history check on the longevity of a tabaxi's life?
A tabaxi
Would-
lives roughly about the same time as a human. So without shenanigans, it's impossible that it would be the same one. And although I said you recognized him, he is not the same tabaxi. It is far more likely that he is a descendant of it.
He's a Maine Coonsy.
All right. Well, tabaxis can't live that long, but there are very, very key similarities.
There's something everybody should know. There's some sort of metacognitive material on the sides of the pages. I can't make out what it is. My knowledge of Dwarvish does not go far enough for me to be able to decipher this. I'm not sure if it's a code or a cipher, but also something definitely true is that the last page was written by someone else.
Can I have the book, Schmeg?
No.
All right. I think I'll go for more answers.
All right. Gotta catch me first, loser.
I sit atop my crystallized throne seeking a boofable crystal for the sake of lore.
Thing that's in the crystal, it's not okay. It's pissed, but it's not okay. Something's wrong with it.
Well, maybe boofing will help us find out more.
Alright, as you boof the next crystal, more of the memory is revealed. It is night. The same bright marks of the sky fall like falling stars, but this time revealed to be creatures wreathed in starlight that strike into the ground, decimating the remains of the samurai army. Pushed towards the back end, the commander calls out in desperate attempts to rally his men. The dwarf pulling forth his faith in the seven, keeping some of the creatures at bay. And you draw your sword to stand at your commander's side. Your hands sweat. Your eyes shift with a blurred sense of fear. And the sword shakes. And then something happens. there is a flash of a nearly prismatic light. And then you see him. A man of white of hair, long of robe, wielding a massive brush. In just a few meaningful sweeps, the creatures disappear with each swipe. You awaken.
Shall we continue forward as you read?
Yeah. I'll read as we were.
What would you like to read, Brubad?
I guess as everyone walks on, Brubad will pull out the scepter that he found in the whatever it was. And
I don't like this when Arcadum does that.
the
Like,
page.
Yeah?
Flip to the page where the coded dwarven was.
Yeah?
And see if when he holds the staff, he could read it.
Yes!
Oh. What?
Yes! 1 second, please.
Oh,
Let's go, main character.
Oh, main character.
All right. With the staff held up over the tome, the words on the pages change. Yeah. And that which was hidden is revealed. Input log. 847. Year of 4th rotation. My journey to Verum has been wrought with indecision and careful calculation. I fear, however, that my journey may have come to its end. The plague of Ragdar has made its way to yet another planet. I do not think that I can stop it. My attempts to communicate have been lost. This world does not possess the appropriate advancements in magical or technological development. I must do what I can with what I have. If any were to read this ciphered message, understand that I have left instructions hidden at the end of this fable. A strange magic wielded by the people of this continent. This fable apparently has the capability of capturing not just the essence of a story, but pieces of the story that the author, they themselves, did not experience. It is a fascinating power, one that we could use to truly find out what had happened at Ragdar, find the one responsible, and perhaps finally put the tortured people to rest. And that is what you uncover. As Metallica holds up the indigo crystal, it snaps to the rest of the pieces, and the image becomes clear. And then it begins to move. And then the memory pours forward. The crystals on your forehead begin to glow, Metallica. And you see the latent psychic energy left behind by the one who fashioned this prison. There's guilt, there's rage, there's sorrow. And you see it. A world different than your own, with great metal scraping buildings, streets paved with stone, not a single tree to be seen. Steam, great gouts of steam, billow into the sky, and there is a sound of clockwork ticking and ticking. But then, a wave of shadow. The people fall to the ground, and they clutch at their faces as their skin closes over where their eyes would be. Their bodies crack and distort Their skin turns to a terrible black, a lifeless, oozing, secretious black. And then they leap into the sky, unfurl dark wings, and fly into the astral sea, beckoned by some unseen force. And then the latent psychic energy left behind turns its attention to you. All right.
Scared and I pee my pants.
Metallica, make me 4 wisdom saving throws.
Oh
no.
Metallica falls to the ground. The crystals elongate from his head as his Illithari psionic awakens. Since you have passed 3 of the 4 wisdom saving throws, your character is not lost. And you may continue to play them.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
However, an eyeless one embedded itself within your psionic seed, and as you resisted you turned it instead to your own strength.
What?
As your eyes,
Son of a bitch! Hip-hop horns!
As your eyes open and you steady yourself, your latent psionics are now active. As you infuse yourself with this strength and kind of resist having your mind eaten by this eyeless one, you see something else.
Ooh.
The hive mind.
Ooh.
The hive mind?
Yes.
Okay.
It would seem that this fable was created to trap the eyeless ones. The Scroll of Chek is a story that something called a soul painter used to trap them here.
Oh shit.
But he did not get them all.
Oh my god.
Because unfortunately, as the soul painter did capture all of them, they were not all of them captured within the scroll. Some were captured by physical means. They were buried far to the northeast, hidden within the Titan's eye, hidden within the stone of the mountains, hidden behind an old door, sealed from the world. However, the psionic presence of these creatures is very sensitive. You don't know how they awoke, but something woke them up. The presence of a rival predator stirred the eyeless ones, and some of them escaped.
Oh my god.
And as they did, they found the Mistwalkers, a tribe of peaceful, if primitive, creatures that walk within the mist. And they subjugated them, turned them to their whim. And now, the eyeless ones are something else entirely. A combination of a xenomorphic creature from the astral sea and a mythological, spiritual creature of Eastern lore. A terrible combination. And for 50 years, they have grown. The psychic backlash that still is found within the memories of these crystals echo their way through Metallica's mind, and Metallica is able to see the truth.
Oh no.
There's only one way to stop the mists. You must find that which the eyeless ones seek. The eyeless ones are spurred by a burning vengeance for the one that took their lives from them, that turned them into these creatures. This traitor. You must find the exile from Ragdar and bring them to justice. And then the eyeless ones will finally have their peace.
So should I boof this crystal? I think 5 out of 6. Might as well go for 100%.
All right.
Oh god, I can't look this time.
Oh no.
When you
His
move
body
your
is
character
raw.
like that.
And so it is
How do you move
moved.
your character?
I want to know the rest of the story.
All right. As you boof the indigo crystal, you see the story's end. The old man, the painter of souls, stands above you, gaping from a chest wound. You capture him in your hands and pull him from the battlefield. The last of the creatures are slain, but it seems at a terrible cost. You pull the old man to the side. You defend his body with your weapon, but he pulls at your sleeve. He hands you a scroll. He whispers in your ear. You nod, and you are filled. You are filled with purpose. You take the scroll, and you run. You run from the battlefield. You run to the flowing lands. You run until you come upon a monastery. And there, you beseech the monks to keep safe the scroll and hide it from the world that none may see. The monks ask you your name, and you give it to them, and they sign it into their ledger as the scroll of not Chek.
Damn.
You awake.
Okay, so the old man was the
painter,
you said
the soul
painter
painter?
of souls. So I'm assuming that was the white-haired guy, right? Still?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure.
So the soul painter was eventually overwhelmed by enemy forces, and as a last-ditch effort said, "Here's the scroll. Take it to the monks, protect it," and took it to that place where the monks trapped it in the magical glowy sphere.
Yep.
Hell yeah!
And so we
Alright.
have systematically over 2 sessions unraveled all of their work. Just want to make sure we also understand the reality that we're in.
The exact opposite of all of their wishes and what all of them died for. And now we're just like, nah, fuck it. Let's see if we can undo all that.
All right. And when you get to this room, you can see that a small lake can be seen with a flowing fall of water that can be seen in the back.
Can we see everything in this room, or no?
Yes. That means that in the crystal clear water, you are able to spot a chest. Which you will see there.
A chest.
Wait. Just in case. This could be like turning point of like life and death and all that.
Thanks.
So, can you guys give me like just a minute to have a, talk with the big old fella upstairs?
Brewbad, you summon forth Regalia. Regalia does not answer.
Hello?
He's ghosting you.
Now's the fucking time. Hello?
All right.
Was he lying to us this whole time
I
about
swear,
having
I
a new
swear.
deity? This seems like, hey, Brewbad, don't worry. I totally believe you. Definitely. Yeah, no, absolutely. Just must be the reception in here or something.
I mean, who is your
Yeah.
god, a wall? Because it's
Wind.
not talking back to you.
Wind starts to flow in a circle And then a presence becomes known and begins to fully manifest. The woman who manifests before you wears a beautiful green dress with long attachés and attached with hand scarves that swirl with sunlight. She smiles at you, Brubed, and you have never seen her before.
Who the fuck are you?
She smiles, voiceless, and offers her hand.
Now, you should at least buy me a drink first, lady. Are you like his wife or something? Is he busy?
Ooh, uh-oh. Ha, careful with that. Just might make her angry with them.
Seeing your hesitance, she will then lift her hand upwards, and you see that the sky begins to darken. And with it, a vision of stars across the astral sea.
Oh.
And then she will reach down and lightly touch your forehead with her finger. And then you will see it. The Red Pantheon. The guardians of the astral paths and all the space in between the worlds. The enemies of those creatures within the outer planes that seek to corrupt and destroy and defile. Guides to those who attain a higher understanding of the world and how to travel in it. And finally, a last stand against the cataclysm that never came. She'll take her finger away from your forehead. What you know now, Brubad, is that she is known as Jasa, and she is a handmaiden to the astral traveler, the head of the Red Pantheon. Jasa specifically has dominion over one of the many nebulae, which contains several worlds and existences within themselves. She is one of the petals of the great flower that is this world, that is all creation. Somehow, through serendipity or perhaps through terrible misfortune, you have attuned yourself no longer with Regalia, but now your patron is Jasa. However, you also sense that the lady is kind, and the moment that your heart truly wishes for it, she will release you from her service. She shall have no one that serves unwillingly. You also know that she does not speak, for if she were to speak, this cavern would be destroyed. For every word that she utters radiates with power in the ancient Astran tongue.
Well, now that you're here, might as well ask you a few things, because you seem to be all powerful and all that. But, right, we're in the scroll. Well, you don't speak. This might be hard. Has anyone got a piece of paper?
Scribbles nods and hands him a couple of sheets of old scrap.
We're in this place, which is like a scroll, and, well, we need to get out.
She will nod. And then you will see her wave her hand over the parchment. And she'll hand one piece back to you. On the paper, you can see that it is written in a dwarven script. It is intricate, calligraphic, beautiful to look at, but it explains the following. You are within a fable. The only way out of the fable is to complete it, and then you will have mastered it. All manner of knowledge and lore are wrapped within this way of storytelling. The Glies are quite an interesting people, having discovered the power words required to tell a story. But in either case, you are not yet done. There are yet many perils and dangers that you are yet to face.
If we do get out of this place, will the eyeless get out too?
She will suddenly look very serious. almost as if she's about to speak, but she controls herself. She will take the piece of paper and will wave her hand over it, and then hand it back to you. And it will say, "Why do you say their name?"
I didn't know we couldn't.
She'll shake her head and wave her hand over the paper again. "Not punishment. Why do you know of them?"
Brewbad will point back to the cavern with all the crystals.
She will turn and look back behind her.
Oh, thank God. Everything's fine. Stay calm.
It's unsettling when she does it that quickly. Can you tell her to slow it down? Maybe give us a warning, knock or something?
She'll wave her hands over the parchment. "They are not real. Memories. Facsimiles. Although, I did sense one. But perhaps it is all that remains. A story."
Can't remember if Brewbad heard about that, so I'm just going to say no. Right, okay, that's fantastic. So there's none here, so we have nothing to worry about. Okay, fantastic.
She will then lean down and she will wave her hands over the parchment and will move it towards you, her face quite serious. "The eyeless ones are a danger to all things. They are a terrifying, destructive, hungerless flock of death. They swarm to worlds and eat all within them. My sisters and my mistress do what we can to keep safe the jewels of the astral sea. But we are not always on time. If you see one, do all that you can to destroy it. Summon me if you can."
Maybe you should ask her what happens if one of our party members, boofed one.
I didn't boof one, dude.
Nothing time for jokes, mate.
It's not a joke. She's got one of them inside of her. I mean,
Not a girl.
I'm on pain meds too. I meant to say, what if one of them is just potentially lurking inside of a party member? Maybe you could just ask her.
She can hear you.
Is she? Oh, wow.
Backing away.
Wow. I love these bulrushes. What an interesting animal they are. I mean, plant. Look at these. They're so neat. Right over here.
I think we might have a problem, milady.
She will raise an eyebrow.
Apparently, one of me party has put an eyeless one in a forbidden place. Or sort of heard.
Yes.
She will look down at Brewbad. Her eyes will say, "What?"
What did
Brewbad
boof
will
anything, dude?
turn his head over to Annihilus and Metallica. So it's either him who puts those crystals up his we shall not speak the place, or it's either him who made a 6-pointed star out the crystals and was doing weird things with his crown of spikes.
They're crystals, dude.
Don't look at me.
Jossa's face will become darkened with emotion. She will stand to her full height, which in this manifested form is 10 feet.
Oh.
Anyway, so I was over there and I was looking at some of those. Okay, and I'm just going to go back over there. Sounds good.
Jossa will then point at the two of them. Alright, Metallica and Annihilus will be lifted off the ground by a phantasmal force and brought before her.
We're gonna die, dude.
Jossa will place her hand over Annihilus She will show a slight bit of disgust, but then will shake her head and release him.
Don't knock it till you try
A bit of disgust.
And
Have you
then,
seen my gauntlets?
and then Jasa will put her hand over Metallica, and her face will be contorted with fear.
Oh no.
She'll place her hand over her mouth as Metallica falls to the ground. Ugh.
Someone step on a toad.
She'll look away from Brewbad.
She okay?
Just thought maybe we should point it out that Schmeg discouraged it the entire time. Schmeg thought it was a terrible idea, said don't put those inside your body. And does anyone listen to old Smeggy? No. Now
I wasn't even boofing anything, dude.
we've got to go tell that to the giant angry lady.
Schmeg!
Yes?
Milady, what do you need us to do? I can tell something's fucking wrong, right? So maybe less with the ominous silence, maybe a bit of, you know, I don't want to die, so maybe just like tell us what's fucking going on. Right?
Joss's eyes begin to moisten with sadness. She raises her finger towards Metallica.
Milady, please. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm sure that it's just going to be bad. Like real bad.
Scribbles just face palms.
Energy starts to
Well
focus
done.
on her finger. A harrowing green light appears. As you move to stop her, however, she will look down and seem to remember where she was. She'll lean down and will grab a parchment and wave her hand over it. Your friend is infected. It is my edict to see that they are destroyed.
Hold on now. Whoops! Sounded like something crazy came out there. Did you say destroy our friend?
The words continue on the page that say, your friend is infected. It is my duty to destroy them. I am sorry. But if there is one within him, I cannot risk this.
There must be some other way. Some kind of magic. For this party member, he's... Where did he go? Metallica! Metallica! Oh, there you are! Listen.
Just rolling around.
This soul has a part to play in the dance of the cosmos that has not yet been played. Is there any way that we can save his soul?
Like a spectral cleansing animal world?
No,
of, of some kind?
Not
I can
one.
help you. I know a lot about the anal cavity.
Not necessarily
What if
something
I
to do with
like
the anus.
align my chakras, right? No, you just
That's
like
one way
get
to
them
put it.
like tuned in.
Wait. We've seen one. An eyeless.
She will look down all of a sudden at Brewbad.
In the mists. There was one. I don't know. We found out just moments ago, but the eyeless are the mist creatures now. They've corrupted one of the peoples or creatures or something here. Maybe if we kill those, then Metallica will be all right. Right?
Or maybe Metallica is the cure. Someone who has learned to live with both a mortal essence and that of the eyeless ones.
Hell yeah.
Jasa will hold up a finger and will take a step back. She will sit down in a meditative state. Take both of her fists and place them together. You will see she starts to glow with a red aura. A few eternally long minutes pass before finally her eyes open. She stands. She will look to Brubad, her eyes kind once more, and she will look to Metallica. She will point her finger at him.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
And then she will speak.
Oh, plug your ears!
Mortal man, your life is no longer your own. Seek those without the sight, the eyeless creatures in the night. Claim them, destroy them, and with each piece, restore them to the balance of this world. Do this, and the astral traveler will see you forgiven.
All right, Metallica. Your destiny is no longer your own. By the aid of the powered words of the Red Star of Anareth, you are now bound in service to the Red Pantheon. You shall hunt the eyeless ones wherever they squirm, and with each one of them destroyed, perhaps you will regain that which you lost.
That's pretty metal.
Yeah,
Roll
that's pretty
credits.
metal.
That is pretty metal.
Jasa will look down upon Brubad, and then will nod and point to the chest. And as she does so, fade from sight.
Scribbles is like, she's put a satchel on the ground, she's pulled out her daggers, taken her shoes off, and she's sort of like trudging through the water to the center of the room, seeing if there's any other way out.
All right. As soon as Scribbles gets down and dirty and starts to wade into the water, something happens.
Uh-oh.
I imagine she's only gone as far as waist deep.
Scribbles.
All right. When you get to about this point, the water begins to freeze over.
Wait, is she under the water?
It's coming towards her. You should probably get ready to get...
Oh, we should probably de-ass that water.
Can Schmeg fly over and pick her up by like
Sure
the
can.
shirt?
Zippity zap.
Yep.
Bippity boppity bippity scribbles.
Quick and slide across.
Hell yeah, dude.
You owe me a lot
were
of
you
money now,
thinking?
little scribbles.
What were you thinking?
Yeah, but why did it turn like this?
All right, and as the water begins to turn completely frozen, then something unexpected happens. The air around you begins to grow darker. The light pouring in from the openings in the cavern begin to choke. And what you see appears to be black snow until some of it lands in your hand and you realize it's ash.
Oh my god. Is it hot?
And then, from the ashes, a being begins to form.
You enter my cave. You take my treasure. But your faces will be mine.
What the fuck?
An ashen wind begins to blow. All right.
Wait, he said the name?
Yeah.
When we said the name and like froze time, but he said the name, so that does nothing?
It seems not to. Alrighty. So, I've got good news and potentially upsetting news.
Okay.
The good news is the presence of Yasa. She is a kindly and giving patron. So, from her blessing and having have met her, and the edict given to her by the astral traveler to Metallica, sees you all restored to full strength.
Yes, thank God. Thank God. I was like, we're gonna die.
Yeah, you were not looking great.
No.
Ooh. The potentially upsetting news is this is your first major boss fight.
Oh my God.
Yes.
In all of its glory.
After much pausing and staring at Brewbad, he taps him on the shoulder and says, "Don't worry, brother. Everything's going to be okay. Because I am here and I am smiling. And you should too. What a jovial day it is!"
Yeah. Skip turn.
Schmeg.
Yes! Oh, wee, yes! Oh, wee! Oh, wee!
Did he move something while we weren't looking?
And turn.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Schmeg.
After amazing guitar riffs, Analius will now enter into the domain of...
Ooh, I wonder what I can build with all of this dust.
Because there's a bunch of black dust, right, that fell from the...
Yeah, ashes, yep.
Yep. I'm gonna start making a sandcastle out of the ashes.
No, 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 damn you, no!
Oh,
No,
look at that!
Do you not notice the giant multi-headed monster currently murdering your friends?
I'm sorry, what?
Never mind.
Oh, you should come help me. This is a lovely, lovely, lovely castle. We'll all be safe in here.
None of us have time for... Oh, you know what? That actually is a pretty nice looking castle.
But will it move?
There's only one way to find out.
Schmeg,
I
it's
would
your
like
turn.
to
Oh,
pull
you're...
down
Oh,
my
you're...
pants
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
sit on the ashes of my castle that I made.
Okay. Analius is just...
Every hole is a goal.
Okay, anyway, Schmeg, I guess that's your turn. Go ahead, Schmeg. Analius, penetratus. Your ass has consumed a ashen castle. It gives you nothing. No pleasure.
Why am I not satisfied? Will nothing satiate my thirst, my appetite for the booth? What is there? What else is there?
If you had some sort of Hail Mary up your pocket that you were planning on busting out at the opportune time, now would be that time!
I turn around.
Oh, dear God. Oh, this can't be happening!
He gets on his knees. He sees Metallica and scribbles down.
What caused this? What caused this?
He looks at Schmeg.
Look. And Schmeg just points at Norubaga.
Look, this will be our undoing.
How could I be so careless? I was so foolish. time. You know, Shmenema, when I was a boy.
Yes. It's just as quick. Is this really the time?
My parents taught me the art of Bushido.
Okay.
An awakening for a certain type of samurai.
It's quiet down over there. Okay. Yes.
However, when I was a kid, my village fell a tragedy.
Boy, is this a long story? Not that I mean
watched
to.
as
Okay.
my whole entire Bushido clan was penetratious.
Oh, don't worry, we're coming to get you. Yeah. Oh wow, all of them, the whole family. Yep.
I was losing my mind, my wits. My emotions were in turmoil. There was some rogue clan, their leader.
Yep. Okay.
Faced me. As he slit the throats of my parents.
Oh boy. All right.
I collapsed. And in my collapsing, in my faded memories, something awoken in me. As an Asimar protector, there was always some sort of deity side, a guide. In the art of Bushido, if one boofs the right substance, we are awakened, enlightened.
What
or
can I put in your bum?
In combat.
Okay.
I need you.
Yes.
To slap me.
Sorry?
I need you to slap me! The only way this is provoked is in combat. If I'm not in combat, I'm not awakened. When I was a kid, this man smacked me. The one who killed my parents. I felt defenseless. But my deity side came over, overwhelmed me, developed a personality, a dissociative identity. This thing propelled me to the combative side to defend what I lost. Do you understand me? Strike me with your fist!
As you wish! Listen, I've got small hands, okay? Come here. Is it that? You're tall, can you bend over a bit? That's all I have.
Analius falls to the ground for a moment. His eyes start to have a faint glow. I know that when I hit level 3 as an Asimar Protector, I have that, like, awakening, right? Where I can grow wings and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm only level 2. So is that okay if I can at least have glowy eyes?
That's fine.
Perfect. I rise, I stare at Schmeg with my glowing eyes.
I like to think that Schmeg like looks up at him as he's standing up within his full power and just mutters under his breath.
He's starting to believe.
It's time to wake the fuck up, samurai. I then sprint directly towards Narubaga. I enter in my inventory the vial of dust that I had collected. And I would like to, through an acrobatics check, spring upwards. Well, actually, advantage on weapon attack rolls for second level, the intensity of battle, right? And it gives me temporary hit points.
Yeah.
The fighting spirit, can I use that?
Yeah.
For this pocket sand of the ashes and throw it into Narubaga's mouth.
Which dust are you talking about specifically?
I forgot. It was the dust in the ceremonial thing.
The one that brew bad.
The brew bed. When I clapped my hands, it got onto
the
brew
capital
bed.
D dust. Okay.
Yes. The capital D dust. I want to throw that into his mouth.
As Analius throws the dust within the creature's face, it is unable to avoid absorbing it through its maws. It spreads across the creature's faces, and for a brief moment the creature pauses, unsure perhaps of what even is happening around it. Within the confines of the fable, that which is shown as it was in the time in which it is represented. This method of storytelling allows for events that were not observed to be seen once more. But for such a thing to happen, there must carry with it a sense of divination, and within this divination, a truth. A truth that normally is only skin deep, only ink and ink from the brush to the paper. But dust is the essence of souls and of astral connection.
Okay.
You find yourself standing on the surface of reflective black glass. All around you, there appears to be nothing in either direction. Just infinite shade.
But that Ashen Akuma is no longer here, correct? Or am I?
Oh, this
the
is
one
not
next to
here.
Bribed?
That's not there, sorry.
I was like,
With a 20, Smeg, you have read some about this place. That was perhaps one of the things that enticed you to travel to the land of Glies. This place is known as the Black Mirror. There are many different forms that the Dream Realm takes, depending on which section of it that you are in. You particularly are in the realm of the Dream Realm, in which the Akuma make their home.
Ooh.
And as such, as you stand within the Black Mirror, you are no stranger to the service of dark gods.
Right.
And you sense that there is one here.
Ooh.
It is not, however, the one you suspected, Lord Woad, the god of nightmares, but something else entirely. A creature stirs in the shadows to answer Schmeg's call. It grows closer and closer.
Come forth, for I am an eager servant.
Shadows swirl all around you. And within it, limbs, impossible in size, rise itself up. Looking down upon you, a skull of shadows appear. Its chest opens with a darkened light beating with red and blue. Its limbs pull it forward, and it leans closer towards you.
Schmeg would prostrate himself completely, like bend down in the most formal bow possible, arms held out aside, and just making himself as flat to the ground as possible.
I am the one they call Schmeg, and I live to serve.
The creatures... Go ahead.
oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I put my hand like near Scribbles, and I have my other hand like close to my sword.
Mm-hmm.
It's ready.
The creature leans down from the shadows. Its size, almost like a contortment within the strange black fog that surrounds you. And then all is silent.
I serve.
Did he just say? He whispers to Analius. Did he just say we? Hasn't he already got a god?
It's okay. Just stay back.
I need mortal hands for what is to come. For there are those that break the ancient code. They defy the settlement of the heavenly forms. The council on high. Tell me, do you fear the night?
I'm born from the night.
Tell me then, do you know of the Pale Emperor?
I don't know that I'm familiar with this pale emperor. What can you tell me about him?
He's immortal, stolen a power that is not his, that is not anyone's. He has broken codes. He has resisted. He has taken my children from me. He must be stopped. But a mere death is insufficient. For another will take his place. The cycle must be restored. And perhaps you could see it done.
If you will safeguard and deliver us from this realm, I pledge my service and my fealty to see that this task is done as long as I still draw breath.
So be it. There's a child. A child who is to be the Emperor of Wind, chosen by the Divine Council. The Pale Emperor seeks this child's death. You shall seek this child and see them installed upon their throne. And then, around their neck shall be my token. The Arcadum have lived in slavery and shadow long enough.
What name can I call you?
I have many names. I am the kami of the Arcadum. I am the first to taste shadows. I table who does not adhere to the light. I am the evil that all men fear and keep to the righteous path to avoid. I have many names, but you may call me Kuzai.
Well, Kuzai, should you see it good in your eyes to deliver us from our plight, the Pale Emperor will meet a fate befitting the damage he has done to you.
We shall see. I return you to your fable. See it done. And then seek the shadow in the Titan's eye.
Before you take us, is there any sort of powers or abilities that you might be able to relay to us so that we can continue on this quest to satiate your thirst? Path of vengeance.
No thirst for power is adorable. Prove to me you have a proper vessel for the strength I bear. Complete your trial, complete your fable, and I'll show you the power of the Akuma.
The black mirror shatters, and you fall back into the fable. Your enemy is gone, and the water is no longer frozen. And now, a heavy task is placed upon you. By throwing the dust in the creature's face, you essentially, because it had to consume it, because it just failed and you rolled well, it was affected by the dust. It's not real. Okay, so it's a memory. So when you threw the dust in its face, there's no body for it to activate, so its mind, its soul, its memory began to basically implode in on itself, creating a shatter in reality that took you to the black mirror, which is the part of the dream where Akuma go.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
So that's what happened.
That is not how I expected that to go. And that was amazing.
Okay, as you open the chest, Schmeg, you're able to open it easily.
Nice.
Oh!
And Schmeg disappears through a portal.
Oh, God! No!
All right, well, let's just carry on with the rest of the story.
Now that the magic dog is gone.
I mean,
All right, so as Brewbad leaps into the portal, the rope is pulled, snap, taunt, and then begins to pull all of you into it.
wait.
Sorry.
Do you choose to let go?
Hell yeah, this is metal, dude. Woo!
I jump on my own accord. Later, losers.
I like to get pulled in because it's kinky.
All right. Annalius, would you like to be boofed by the portal? Okay. The portal deposits you here. Behind you, there is no portal. There is only the strange sort of foggy mist that kind of blocks your vision behind you. Ahead of you, you can see great wooden doors topped by an overarching kind of wooden structure connected to a stone wall that leads around what appears to be an estate of some kind. On the front, written in Glean, you can see words carved into the door. and it says, Green Sparrow Dojo.
Oh. Schmeg would hold both of his hands up and say,
Thought it would be loot. Thought it would be loot, okay? I thought I was doing a good thing. It was supposed to be, there was gonna be a sword or perhaps some sort of enchanted scepter or something. I wasn't expecting us all to end up here, all right? We're all equally responsible, mostly scribbles. Okay.
You see what appears to be the inner courtyard of a dojo. The stone walls are perhaps the most worn and poorest part of this dojo. Their purpose to keep out those that would cause ne'er-do-well here. Within this sacred courtyard, you can see that the world around you seems to sparkle, almost as if there is glitter in the sky, in the very air around you. This fey-like strange recumbrance shines and colors the area in unnatural hues. The trees here, their sakura petals floating in a soft wind, constantly swirling around them, creates a very serene sense of reflection. Up ahead, you can see that there are 4 statues of great tigers, stone, looking at one another, and lanterns adorn the small path leading towards the dojo itself.
I like these colors.
Well, I think there's nothing to it but to proceed up this not at all ominous path.
Schmeg bangs on the door.
Open it!
No response.
Oh.
Is it open?
Bippity boppity, bippity bopin. I will cast the spell for these doors to open.
Brad pushes the door.
Brubad will push the door open. Amazingly, his strong, mundane hands, he opens the door. It's a door. You open it. Good job.
Again,
Well
Schmeg
done,
is triumphant.
Schmenema.
Thank you, Annalius.
As you enter the dojo, you can see that there is a peaceful-looking statue of what appears to be the resting monk. The resting monk is a symbol that is seen throughout the East that simply represents peace, good food, literally resting, and oftentimes when you see a resting monk, although not every time, it is a hallowed place. All right, and inside you see this. A wide open dojo with tatami matting. Old wooden pillars hold up the dojo's inner frame. There are weapon racks on each side and one beautiful looking katana here.
Hey, Annalius.
Well, it boof.
No. Oh,
God.
Oh my god.
Let's walk into someone's dojo and boof their ceremonial katana.
Oh my.
Now that's a sentence.
I really want to poke the sword. Oh, it's...
If you won't,
Be a bad
I
girl
will.
this one time.
Is it finally your turn to cause some mayhem there, Kiwo?
This is so
Mystery.
painful. Scribbles
Where's
is...
trust?
She's gonna just slowly turn around, and she's got a crossbow in one hand, and as she turns around, she just very lightly brushes the sword with like her pinky finger. It's like at the very tip of the hilt.
I see.
Very sly.
As you touch the blade, as softly as you possibly can, the room begins to shift.
For fuck's sake.
There is a swirling wind that fills the dojo. And then you see it. You see shadows move across the dojo. They are fighting. There is the faint sound of a sword clashing against a sword. You recognize not Chek from the fables previous, and you see an older man that seems to be teaching him the blade. You can see that there are several cycles which you believe might represent days of them fighting, resting, talking, fighting, resting, talking. And each day, it seems that Chek is getting better. But then there is one scene that it stops in. Chek presents the scroll to his master, but his master raises his hand in refusal. And Chek is distraught and asks why. And the man gestures towards the resting monk, and then makes the same sort of seated gesture that the resting monk does. Chek appears to be completely overwhelmed by this news. You see him throw things throughout the dojo, point and yell, and the entire time, his master maintains the same position. Finally, enraged, Chek leaves the dojo and takes the scroll with him. You hear the sound of shifting tatami mats, and you hear doors slide open to the east. However, the spirit of the old samurai still lingers upon the pillow, and the blade is a very real thing. The spirit on the pillow descends down the steps and will stand here and will draw his weapon and wait to be challenged. If you wish to claim his weapon, you must first earn the right.
Damn!
Upgrade time.
I turn around, I like stand back up, I turn around and face Metallica as he just prepares for a massive swing across my cheek. What? Trying to, sir? It's like slow motion. You see this maximum velocity swooping slap. It's like too far. I can't even dodge it. It's already in motion. And I just spin around like 5 times and collapse on the ground.
I don't know my own strength.
Who's your enemy? It's time to wake the fuck up.
Hey, both don't forget the fucking sword, mate. Yeah. We won't hand it. Don't hurt us, all right? It's over there somewhere.
Here.
The ballad.
Is there time for me to give him bardic inspiration?
Ballad of Mad Mork.
Oh, you want to give him?
Arcadum?
You want to give him some bardic inspiration?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't want to come to the song because this is like setting a mood.
Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, do I have to roll for that or?
Nope. You just give it to him.
Yeah. Okay, a little bit of tops. Just so you know the beginning.
It actually goes together really well.
Right. Anyway, you have it. We're yelling.
Yes, dude.
Show yourself.
All right, and so the old man will slowly begin to materialize. And then all is still. And you will see this man appear before you.
He also has things on his shoulder. We both have he's bamboo and I have mushrooms. It was meant to be.
He will stand opposed to you, an old Glian elf a reedwood elf. His old sword at his side. He will stand to face you. And then he will say, I had thought it to be a strange thing to bind one's memory to a fable. It would seem that you wish to claim the weapon of my forebears, the weapon that my student denied. Tell me, samurai, do you keep to Bushido?
I keep to many things. But yes, I do.
That is good. There is one thing that my student could never truly embrace. He could not learn that the tools of war are best used for peace. His heart was inflamed by what he had been through. He sought to stop the evils with a preemptive strike. It is a difficult thing to teach those that practice the way of the warrior that it is of the utmost aversion that they should use their skills. There is no need. Violence or force as a deterrent is fine, and oftentimes defeats the need to actually use it. I had told him this, and he could not comprehend it. He sought death when there could be peace. And thus, with my final breaths, before the fable took me, I gazed at my own weapon. A weapon that my clan, my family, had passed down for so long. Truly, some things perhaps can never be repaired.
I would like to prepare tea.
All right. And to everyone else watching, what you thought would be a duel of blades, in fact, turns into something quite peaceful.
Interesting. A battle of haikus. Damn.
As you prepare the tea, the old man will continue. He lost his way. War is a terrible thing. We must learn to wage it, for no one is a fool to ignore that it is reasoned to exist. Only fools are pacifists. But one does not need to kill to prove one's point. That is the way of the Ayusa. That is the way of my family. The way of the resting monk.
Why don't we put our differences aside real quick? And enough with the talking. Let's make the blades talk for us. A pleasant spree of sorts. Duel. I believe that is where most warriors, most samurai, learn best.
Indeed, my friend. Indeed. If only I was more than a spirit. You have proven yourself to me already. It was not your words. It was the tea. It was the shoes taken from your feet. One must adhere to the little goods, to the small things, for that is the way of the resting monk. I do not know if it will aid you on your journey, but it is best that my weapon see the sun again. I thank you, young one.
Of course. I'll make sure this blade shines brighter than any other.
Yeah, Brewbad walking through the lobby and this main area will take the scepter out, the Lawkeeper scepter,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll just be spinning it in one hand. Just to hold it and see if it does anything in this place.
Well,
Yeah, I'm the MC.
as you present the scepter, a couple of things do happen.
Ooh.
It reveals to you the fate of Old Man Sai.
Ooh.
What you see is the dojo lit in flame. You can see that there are holes in the canvas, the pillars shattered, the statue defaced. And Old Man Sai sits in front of an eclipsed soldier with a sword to his neck. The soldier asks him something, and the old man looks up and remains silent, still in the stance of the resting monk. And then his head is removed from his shoulders.
Oh!
Fucking hell.
Jesus.
There is something that you notice, however. You need to make me a history check, Brewbad.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
This is my strong suit.
Good. Yes.
You recognize the soldier.
No.
What?
You recognize the soldier.
Don't tell me it's not Chek.
The soldier is not Chek.
No! Oh, God! That motherfucker!
He trained him! He trusted you! He trusted you!
Brewbad will walk over with the staff, or the scepter, out the doors, see if anything else happens.
So, as you step through the doorway, it leads you to a new section of the scroll. This one, the aftermath of a great battle.
Oh.
You can see the smoky, fiery remains of several vehicles, bodies piled up into corpse piles, set aflame. You could see old palisades broken and shattered from the battle. Arrows and broken gear and blood stain and litter the ground in equal measure. The crows circle and sweep and feast upon that which remains. And even though you cannot see them, you can hear the agonizing cries of soldiers still dying, opportunists looting the dead, and who knows what else.
Ah, doesn't that sound like music to anybody else?
You hear music?
Music to my ears. You see, you hear the languid cries of defeated foes. Sounds like victory.
Nalius cowers and is not comfortable at all.
All right, Scribbles, as you move forward, the horrid aftermath of the battle becomes apparent all around you. You begin to see them piles of ashen, melted corpses on top of each other, flaming carriages of supplies, and all that yet still remains of the battle. All right.
Yeah, Schmidt, I think I would like to investigate what's in that basket.
This cart was obviously showered in fire magic. Magical fire still embers within the broken pieces of the wood. You can see that it is covered in webbing because it seems that someone summoned unnatural spiders to attack it as well, but they have long since faded. The webbing is just left over from that. You also notice that there is an egg in the basket as Schmeg flies over to also take a look at it. That egg appears to be a yokai egg. What you're able to determine is that the egg seems to be a ritual of some kind, a part of it at least, and the writing on the outside of it are instructions. The instructions say, place egg in center of flame. Provide 10 sacrifices in an elongated angle representing that of the crescent moon.
Stand back, Brubad. Okay.
What about me? Hello? Fine, I'll do it too.
This might work, and I'm gonna cast Firebolt as a cantrip. So I'm gonna cast Firebolt at the egg.
Ooh, smart. Smart.
All right, then. The egg will begin to shift and twist, and then finally it will open.
I think I did it!
Well, go greet your child.
Just timidly, just tiptoe over and
I
peer
wanna say
inside
it's
the
lit.
egg.
As you approach the now opened egg, you realize that it was just a contraption, a container. And inside, you see something quite ominous. It is a necklace of dwarven design.
Huh. Brubad?
Is
Well,
Brubad able to even recognize rocks that are dwarven?
Good question.
Yes, yes, he is.
Okay.
Come, look at this.
Oh, does it look expensive?
It does, and in fact, you recognize it, or at least you think you know where it's from.
Is it the dwarf that was wearing it in the thing?
Indeed, it is that dwarf's necklace. Except there's one thing missing. The pendant in the center is missing.
This is the fucking blocks. Oh, he lifts up his scepter.
You move the scepter in such a position that it activates once more. And you see things as the lore keeper would have. You see the battlefield reverse, the corpses unpiled and unslain. You see them rise up and continue their fighting. But you notice that your viewpoint is not within the battlefield, but rather gazing at it from a nearby hill. And there, you see him, or what you believe to be him, the Pale Emperor, looking down from the hill. Not nearly as old as you might have thought, leading you to believe that this must be perhaps early in his life, or who knows what else. As the Pale Emperor looks down, you will notice that he turns towards you, and it's at this point that something walks out of you, similar to the sensation that you had the first time that you had the vision. It is not Chek. Not Chek stands before the Pale Emperor in chains and is made to kneel. He grips the scroll and holds it tight. The Pale Emperor offers his hand in a sort of firm but gentle demanding that it be handed over. Notchek shakes his head, prepared to die rather than give it away. And then you see Notchek is turned to face the battle. And it seems that the Pale Emperor is speaking to him. You cannot see you cannot hear the words spoken, nor even truly read the lips. But as the conversation continues, you notice that Notchek's grip over the scroll, it begins to weaken and weaken and weaken until finally it is dropped to the ground. It is at this point that the Pale Emperor lifts the scroll up and takes a look at it. And you see that they, Notchek and the Emperor, speak over what the scroll is. It seems that Notchek, coerced, convinced, deceived, speaks to the Pale Emperor, explaining what it is, while the battle continues to rage down below. As he does so, the Emperor begins to smile slightly. And then Notchek pulls a necklace from his back pocket and offers it towards the Pale Emperor. And it is here that you see the necklace in its full form without its missing piece. The missing piece of the necklace appears to be a shard of crystal, much like the ones that you had collected, and it shines with a violet light. For those of you that don't know, 50 years hence, during the Great Cataclysm, the heroes of Calcatesh rose up to defend all of creation and battled against the Herald, the servant of the violet light. They, however, were able to defeat this great enemy and seal the violet away. And for the last 50 years, the heroes of Calcatesh and those that belong to the appropriate orders that still yet know of what truly happened on that day have been seeking out pockets and pieces of any of that remains of the presence of the violet, destroying them, removing them, or sealing them away. Thankfully, with a breath of relief, the shard, although it still sparkles with violet light, the light is from the sun peering through its prism, not from any light within. So you do not believe that it is violet light, but rather just the color itself. But even a remnant of the violet, of such a power, is a terrible weapon if misused. And it seems that the necklace is handed over to the Pale Emperor, who then takes a look closely at the strange crystal, moving it in his hands, the light of ambition stirring in his eyes. It seems that the man continues to ask questions. The Pale Emperor asks Notchek what he knows, and it seems that he tells him all that he knows. Eventually, their conversation turns from one that is more inquisitive and bemused to one that is serious. The man gaining the full attention of the Emperor. He points to the scroll, he points to the crystal, and then he points to the Emperor. The Emperor smiles and puts the necklace in his hand and pulls free the crystal from it. He then places the necklace within the egg and hands it to one of his soldiers. The Pale Emperor looks down upon Notchek and has him stripped of his clothing and then readorned in the armor of the Eclipse, and hands him back the scroll. And then the battle is won, and Notchek rides towards the north. The vision fades.
Oh. Guess we know what's that crystal now.
I don't like this.
Do you think it's the crystal that has wreaked all this havoc?
Would be. I mean, we all know what that crystal meant. And, you know, that fucking emperor. He seemed to want a lot of it, you know, he seemed to like that power, so he ain't a good bloke. I think we got ourselves in a little bit too deep, I'll be honest. I came here
We just noticed that
for a
now?
fucking scroll, and now, you know, I think we caught up in something pretty big.
You've only just realized this. Just now? It wasn't when we first got in the scroll? Or the drugs? Or
Yeah, that centipede thing was actually pretty fucked up.
Yeah, we're several scrolls deep now.
Yeah, we're really in this now.
No, it only just really clicked, I'll be honest. I think we just head north. I think Scribbles, you're right, we just need to follow the fucking story. And story is not Chek, so...
All right,
Which
Jon
way's
Snow,
north?
Let's go north, Jon Snow.
For the north.
Okay. And so, the party, as they move towards the north, they begin to realize where they are. It is the same monastery in which you found the scrolls, but this time, it is not worn or torn with age or neglect. It is the monastery as it was. Your perception checks reveal to you that you hear the soft, echoing sounds of footsteps and voices. But when you get to about here, Smeg, you can see that there are shadowy figures that seem to be moving around the monastery. They phase in and out of existence, almost like a half-remembered memory.
Then they don't seem to like notice us or to take note of us or behave any differently once we're
They
around.
do not seem to at all. It's
Okay.
almost as if you're not even there to them.
Does anyone else see these spoopy shadow boys walking around?
Yeah, I see one right there.
No, I'm not what.
I get it, dude.
Not
The
all.
Schmeg was like a booby shadow, dude.
No, not all incorporeal beings are all part of the same. Hey, show yourself.
Does any of them like react if Schmeg waves his little sticky arms in front of them?
Schmeg's rampant screaming does not seem to attract any of them, no. Alright, as you enter and walk up the stairs, you can see a enormous ornate fountain in the center of this room.
Oh. Well, I guess that's our body of water.
I'm thirsty.
No.
What, it's not like monks peed in the thing, is it?
I'll just dip my foot in it again. Right.
Can I do like an Arcana check to see if this is like enchanted water?
Sure thing. 13 reveals that it is most certainly enchanted water.
Ooh, let's just be real careful before we go drinking the bathwater.
Has already taken a cup
Cupping
and
his
drank it.
Oh God!
All right, and Brewbad takes a drink of the enchanted water of the fountain.
Oh God!
Oh, that's the good stuff. You know, water really is the best drink.
As you take a drink of the enchanted water, you feel better. You feel rested.
Wow.
How do you feel?
Well, I was thirsty and I had a drink and now I feel good.
Schmeg,
So-
like a dog, would put his hands on the edge of the fountain and shove his whole face in.
Alright, while Schmet is doing that, my foot is in the water and he can look over to see that I'm swishing around my foot in the water.
Do you mind? Do you have to do that directly beside where I'm drinking? Your foot is like a filter.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
So, after Smeg's indirect foot kisses, he also feels rested.
Well, if it feels that good, why not go for a swim?
All right, you tee-hee ho-ho hee-ha-ho in the fountain water, and it's super fun.
Oh God!
It's super fun.
Does anyone else worry that we might be profaning a holy artifact that would really anger a person or persons if they knew we were drinking it and swimming around in it?
Okay,
But
dude,
it's
we
super
check statues
fun.
for
You're all
buttholes. Like, what
dead.
the fuck?
All right, as you open this door, God, you see a massive statue of the resting monk. Which, the resting monk is basically my version of Buddha for Glies. This statue emanates peace and tranquility. This room appears to be sacred. Perhaps
Wait a minute.
more sacred than anywhere else in the temple.
The amulet.
I want to go to the fountain, use a vial, and scoop up some of this water.
Oh, smart.
All right.
Smart.
And then I would like to cleanse the amulet.
Which amulet are you speaking of?
Is the blood-soaked one? I believe that was in the egg, correct?
Ah, that one.
Purples?
All right. The amulet appears to be cleaned. And as you take a closer look at it in its cleaned state, you see a mechanism that you did not see before.
Oh my god.
On the back of the amulet, how can I describe this? It appears to be an edged,
Is this Berserk?
It appears to be an outward dention of a mechanical sort of key. It looks as if it's supposed to be placed in something.
Bruba, check the book lock. Is that similar in any way?
There it is. You have found the keyhole for the key.
Oh my goodness.
All right, as you place the amulet that was hidden away, the Lore Keeper's amulet, the key, goes into the lock. It clicks open. And the lock is undone.
What do you see, Scribbles?
What language is the book?
Okay, so you read it?
Yeah. If I can.
I love my fucking job. You open the tome and read the forbidden section. The words that are written here are faded, not from age, but almost as if pieces of them just simply cease to exist. But the more that you read through it, the more it becomes clear that although this is piecemeal, this is a description of something that has happened. It speaks of the Seven. It speaks of their journey, of the enemies that they fought. But the specificities have dissipated. But there is something after all of the older pages have faded. New parchment and new words have been written. And the new words say this. The cataclysm had came and went. The herald lies defeated, and the prism restored, trapped within a false pretense. I write this now, for there must be some record of it, enacted by those that saw, so that none would forget. The enemy is defeated and is gone, but its shadow yet still lingers, much like that of the Seven. The world will not forget what has happened, and it lingers here still. I have followed what I could, for within the labyrinth, it is believed that the wizard kept his word, but only a fool would believe that he is dead. And so I have traveled to the land in the east, where he was once known as the Stranger. I have searched for evidence of his transgressions. I have searched for the truth. What I found was worse than I could have imagined. For all the things that Tyr was, there was one thing that I discovered. He was not the greatest threat. And there you go.
Oh, God.
The wizard Tyr is sort of a enigmatic figure who has had many interactions with the Seven, who was specifically involved in the Great Cataclysm with the heroes of Calcatesh. It is believed by most that without the wizard Tyr's interference, without his aid, the enemy could not be defeated. However, basically the lore on that is not quite straightforward. There are people that disagree that the wizard was ever even needed. Some believe that he didn't even help. It's not really clear. But regardless of any of that, the wizard Tyr is a very prominent figure throughout history. Being a being that was able to live past the normal length of time of a human, it is believed that he is very old, perhaps older than the elves. It's not really clear. What you do know is that from your studies on him, because he is oftentimes referenced in magical theory and lore, that he traveled to the east in order to determine their unique magic in Glies for his experiments. But when he arrived in Glies, he was not yet nearly as powerful as he was in later history, and as such, had to depend on the Glean natives' aid in order to return to Calcatesh. Here he was known as the Stranger, an enigmatic figure that performed good deeds, but always with a nefarious agenda. Although he is remembered fondly by the people of Glies, there is always a darker undertone to those that know Tyr's true nature. If he is involved with what is happening here, then there are two things that are clear to you, Scribbles. Number one, the historical value of what's happening here is monumental. And number two, you're not ready for it.
Oh.
Right. So it's written in the fucking sky that we're about to go fight this fucker, right?
I guess we need to follow the fable.
Exactly.
Like, does that...
But that means that, you know, we can come out of here and one of you folk, or even more, could be dead. I'm not gonna die, because I'm me. But you guys could fucking die, alright? So I'd say goodbyes now, because it could be very sad. No goodbyes?
Alright, fine.
Oh, don't worry, I'll make sure you die. If it looks bad for all of us, I'll make sure you're on your way out, too.
I don't believe in goodbyes.
In case anything happens... In case anything happens, Metallica...
No time, gotta go! No time!
Ugh. Right, and so the party enters. And as you do so, you enter a large reflection chamber, a meditative chamber. 4 great stone eagle statue claws hold stone orbs in their hands. 4 pillars adjoint each of the corners of the room, and all the other doors have the same field of force. In the center of the room, however, you can see what appears to be the manifestation of a memory, but this one is far, far more poignant, more real. And then, all aspects of it fade from being a memory to that being an actual person. You see a warrior in black garb, a large straw black hat, and with an insidious mark of red going up his arm, wrapped in blackened bandages, almost like they are charred. A single red horn pierces the top of the hat. You see this.
Okay.
God.
Okay.
You should not be here.
Very well. Sorry for intruding.
The door behind you has the same field of force around it. He will slowly stand. Why do you have the scroll?
Oh, uh-oh. Now listen here, it is I, Schmeg, the infinitely wise, the knower of infinity of unknowable things. He who has seen both time and the fabric of it. We are here for a mission, a quest that goes far beyond your paltry understanding. And we're just hoping we might be able to quickly get on with our path. We have no quarrel with you, sir.
You have taken that which does not belong to you.
Moved something that didn't belong
You
to us.
Borrowed without asking.
are not supposed to be here.
We need to stop them from infecting everyone. This is far greater than your scroll, than what you lived through. You have a chance to save everyone.
Wasn't that your calling in the first place? To protect your realm?
Everyone is already dead. His hat will shift up and you will see his face with no eyes. And thus, a harrowing wind begins to blow.
Schmeg flies over to Analia.
What?
Annalius!
Ooh. Oh, God. Ow!
All right.
Oh my God.
And so, it begins.
Talca, did you wink at me? Is that the sign? The sign to boof? I'm grabbing all my crystals, combining them, and boofing them.
Annalius, I have some good news and some potentially upsetting news.
Oh no.
Okay.
The good news is, that's a lot of prismatic power. The bad news is, it's in your ass. Annalius, thinking quickly, grabs the 6 other colored gems from his backpack and shoves them into his asshole. The 6 crystals rub together while within his fleshy extremity, combining their prismatic powers together. They explode outwards as Annalius is launched into the ceiling of the arena.
Brubad will take the scepter that he has in his hands and turn to not Chek and say, "The lawkeeper sends his regards," and will try and shove this scepter straight in his chest.
Is that an attack, or are you trying to clash me? Because that is the Lorekeeper's weapon, which is a clashable action. What will it be, my friend? Death or glory?
Oh, dude.
Let's fucking do it, baby. Let's go.
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
So be it. The red light of the Pantheon of the Astral will glow with your weapon as you bring it down with both hands. There is a clash. Spiritual fire erupts all around you. Red and white in equal amounts swirl like twin dragons fighting. The ground cracks, but not Chek's blade shatters. The scepter finds its mark. You strike not Chek in his chest, cracking his ribs.
Scribbles is going to draw a crossbow bolt, and she is going to sort of use the tip to collect some of the blood that's seeping from the wound.
All right.
We're going to reach into our bag and pull out the scroll of Chek.
Okay.
At quick glance at the bottom, has the scroll updated?
Yeah.
Scribbles. Is gonna start writing in her blood at the bottom of the scroll.
Let's go.
I need you to explain to me exactly what you were writing.
Okay, all right. As his blade shatters, he looks across the arena towards all of the bloodshed, and there's a surge in the corruption that clears his mind, and a wave of memories overwhelm him about his master, his childhood, and his betrayal, the Pale Emperor, and the eternal prison that he is now trapped in, and that the memory of Chek is tainted, and that he will be remembered as nothing more than a traitor. He drops to his knees and lowers his head. He submits to the intruder standing before him. Too much blood has been spilled on these sacred grounds, and his story has concluded.
As you attempt to add your own will to the fable and try to enact yourself as an author, which is something that takes an incredible amount of training and preparation, you do so completely on the fly. And against many of the odds, you are able to actually finish writing the passage without your soul being sundered to pieces. However, such an action gives you 3 levels of exhaustion as your body is torn nearly asunder. But you do finish the passage and enact your will upon this story. Flashes begin to move across your eyes because you've seen the others that have attempted to enact their will upon this story. You see the other authors, the sages, the soul painters that walk the realm of Glies, or at least at one point did. However, you do not share blood with them, for you are not Glean. You are from the west. So therefore, your kinship is determined with one that shares a similar bloodline. One that came from the west. The stranger. The wizard Tyr. Congratulations, Scribbles. You have now successfully completed one of the trials required to become an apprentice.
Oh, dude.
Dear God. Nice.
So, Kiwo. Please choose one secret, and I will tell it to you.
What does the Pale Emperor intend to do with the Violet Shard?
The Pale Emperor intends to use the Violet Shard to rewrite his own story. But the stories of the past cannot be changed. It is blasphemous. His ambitions know no bounds. He will use that which can erase memory to rewrite his own story. But he is a fool. For in his ambition, he does not realize the cost. The world weakens, and the eyeless are watchful. And your path has been chosen, apprentice.
Talk to.
All right.
What just happened?
Scribbles will begin to scream in pain as across her forehead, the symbol of the moon will begin to be etched into her forehead as a painful, scarring tattoo. All over her body, pieces of moonlight will begin to shatter and shear across her skin and body. Now you will learn the secret of the moon, and that which the Pale Emperor seeks. You have also gained the first lesson of Tyr. Nothing is forbidden.
Schmeg, standing there, I think. I like to imagine this, that his appearance changes in a way that you probably haven't seen before, because I like to think that the runes that seem to sort of cover his robe and seem to emanate a weird light are now beginning to appear on his skin. And again, he would hold his hands up and say,
O Larkin High, forbidden thought, hear your servant, you are sought. Let your power flow like rolling thunder. Let your foes be torn asunder. I ask of you one final trade. Behold my allies, their lives laid. Let my bargain here be made. Trade my life for theirs.
And he will attempt to trade his life for the life of his party members to restore them, if at all possible, or any one of them to any level of health that will allow them to get off one more move. And he will plead with Alakan High to take him instead.
No. This got really sad. Music?
That, my dear Milton, is a selfless sacrifice, a prime good act. And as such, your alignment shifts one step closer towards that of good.
I like to think that as this is happening, Schmeg would just look at not Chek and start laughing.
The Dark Lord answers.
Compassion. Do it yourself.
And as such, Smeg will begin to expand. Tentacles burst from his skin, whipping outwards, gripping and wriggling. Smeg raises the tentacles up out of his body to an enormous, almost gross, fetid mass of flesh and brings it down on Notchek, who, surprised by the little one's capabilities, raises his blade to defend himself. However, the strength of Olakan High flows through Schmeg, and although Notchek isn't of himself reasonably powerful in this case, he is nothing before the dark truth. His weapon, his arm, are blown back as Notchek is lifted up from his feet and is knocked backwards. And true to his word, as you have knocked the samurai from his feet, Schmeg feels exhaustion creep into his body as Olakan High's presence recedes. But the Dark Lord kept his word.
Oh shit!
Oh!
We're up!
Ooh!
So Brubad will slam the staff into the ground. The crystal head will begin to glow a red light, and he will say a small prayer to Jessa and hope that this one hits. So I'm gonna just swing and attack.
Show me your strength. He will hold up his weapon and try to block Brubad's attack, and it will burst through the blade of blood. No! And it will strike against his chest. Brubad, you will deal a total of 13 points of damage to not Chek. And in one fell swoop, bones will crack, flesh will tear, and finally, your enemy falls.
Ha! Main character! Protagonist! Woo!
The scroll begins to glow with an ethereal light.
Uh-oh.
You look down, and the words written in your blood turn that to a pallid ink, as what you wrote came true. The scroll glows brighter and brighter, for a fable unfinished may grant immortality to its user. But you just ended the story. The world around you begins to unravel,
Ooh.
turning to dust. If you do not escape the scroll, then you shall fade with the story. All right, as you push the lid off the sarcophagus, inside, you do not find a corpse.
Oh.
But rather, something else.
Oh.
We're dead.
We see
God.
something else.
If it's one of those the black creature things, oh dude.
This is what you see.
There's,
Please. Like a potion or a hearthstone or something.
Inside, you find the following. A soft cloth of silk over the bottom of the sarcophagus. This, it would seem, was not a place to store a corpse, but something else entirely. You can see that sitting upon this kind of silken cloth, there is a weapon. One of the last vestiges of the struggle against the enemy of the West, the enemy of all, the Cataclysm.
What is the weapon?
The weapon appears to be a pristine blade.
What kind of blade? Can you describe it a little bit?
Indeed. The blade appears to be a longsword, but the carvings upon it are more intricate. A silvered blade, etched with symbols of the struggle of the Seven. In each mural, you can see that there are separated different, very distinct actions. You can see them traveling, facing against the great enemy in the sky. You can see those that have sacrificed the most, and those that did not live long enough to see it. And through these intricate carvings up the blade, it ends with the hilt. The hilt, it seems, is forged out of a soft, very, very pale wood, and the hilt is bound in a very soft looking cloth before you realize it is spider silk. And at the pommel, the seven-pointed star. Upon the pommel, glowing just slightly, there is the remnants of the colors, which may exist only in the stories told. As memory was allowed to return to the world, there are some things that do not forget so easily. This is a fable blade, a weapon left from the past.
I think Schmeg would start reaching a hand towards the blade and then slowly look up at Analius and then with his eyes look at his sheath and say,
You already had one.
And then grab the blade.
As you lift the weapon, it will begin to fade away, turning to dust.
Oh, come on, man!
But not
You gotta
destroyed.
be kidding me! Smeg!
But it is not destroyed. It instead forms itself into a ring and nestles itself within the hand of Schmeg.
Ooh.
And now,
Precious artifact.
7 gems of light float in front of you, Schmeg.
Oh.
And the understanding of what you must choose. This is your choice. Select a color.
Oh god.
And it shall be the color that walks with you. As you grip the green, the color swirls across your mind. You find yourself staring out into the astral sea. And there you see it, the final battle against the cataclysm, the herald against the 7 blessed eyes, against the prismatic warriors. You see it all flash before you from the events of 50 years hence, a place that few had ever witnessed directly. A few, such as the lore keeper, whose grave in which you stand over. The battle rages, and in the final moments, the herald, the enemy of all creation, turns its gaze upon you for just a moment. And there, you see a flash of time moving across your face. All around you, Smeg falls forward. You feel no presence, no grip of a High, only yourself caught in the endless maelstrom of the broken vestiges of time. Until finally, you see something. Not Chek stands before the pale emperor, kneeling, softly whispering in his ear. He points to the scroll and holds up the same ring.
Oh god.
But the emperor made a different choice. The emperor reaches out towards the swirling colors, and Schmeg awakens from his vision. As the world all around you begins to turn to dust, swirling, shifting, changing, Scribbles opens the scroll and speaks the words of the fable in reverse. And as she does, a portal begins to open behind her.
Wait, just before Scribbles goes in, Rupert puts a hand on her shoulder. You know that feeling that you have right now, Scribbles? It don't go away unless you follow through. So if you're gonna go in there, And you go in there, you don't fucking hesitate.
She just nods her head and proceeds with kicking the door, and she's got a crossbow in hand.
As you kick in the door, it smacks into a corpse.
Oh! Oh!
No!
I think as soon as Schmeg sees his body, he goes,
No, my lord! The lord has been killed! The lord of the house! No!
And as you walk over the corpse of Grak Proper Pants, you can see that his spine has been ripped out of his back.
God.
Scribbles is gonna, she's sort of, like, you can hear like a light gasp under her breath, but she keeps moving forward through the house and... KOTOR! I know you're here somewhere! Yeah, so as she's like making her way like through the building as well, she's got a crossbow like...
Alright, as you kick open this door, you can see that Adrian KOTOR is in this room.
Well, she's gonna storm
But
forward
his
to-
head is exploded.
Oh!
Blood and viscera cover the walls.
Schmeg walks up to the table and starts pounding his large and impressive hands on the table.
Why is he poking him?
What about a 500 gold? God damn it!
Brewbell's going through his pockets.
All right, as you move over to him and start going through his pockets, you notice something a little bit odd, Brewbed. His hands, there's a strange change in his fur. It's kind of matted. Kind of look weirdly shaven. Metallica, as you get closer, your sight beyond sight activates.
Oh my god.
I have fleshy eyes, dude.
And you see it. The lingering psionic presence of the eyeless ones.
So is he has that eyeless inside him, or they left a residue?
Oh no.
From affecting.
He was one. But he has been killed. And then a knock at the door behind you.
Scribbles whips around.
Grak!
We're busy!
This is like turning into the movie Clue.
And you see this person.
That's not Grak.
So, are you friend or foe?
That depends. Who are you?
You will see that this cleric pulls from her back a long sword with a strange curved design, almost like a rapier. My name is Folagen. I am a servant of the Matron of Fate. Were you friend or foe to this creature? She'll gesture towards Adrian.
Scribbles?
We were once friends.
Then we have much to speak on. Tell me, what do you know of the eyeless ones?